Boy. Fuck!
Bruh. Alright, well, we're live.
I'm sorry. If you keep this up, the song will be in your
Cool,
bloodstream.
you have an ad on your thing now.
Oh, yeah.
You
Since
that
I'm,
you can be subscribed to.
Since I have an affiliate.
Enter, please.
Now we have to watch it and give it so that Pete can get like a penny from it.
Yep.
I got an arcane app.
Yes,
Me
we
too!
likes the pennies. Yeah, so I guess
No,
we can
pennies.
I'll be back. You can go ahead with the recap.
Okay. So I guess we can let me just go ahead and start off by saying this is the first official stream with affiliate. So, hooray. Cuz we, up until now this has just been a for fun kind of thing, and it still is. But I wanted to get
No,
some
now we're
emote.
getting
No, we
serious.
need your
It's-
money, and then
it's-
we need to go to
yeah.
patreon.com/.
You better sub or no, I'm kidding. I just wanted some emotes and
Hold on, let me get Peter's OnlyFans.
I was gonna say, no, we don't do OnlyFans here. We do Fansly.
Jesus. What the
Um,
hell is that even?
I don't know, some offshoot. Anyway, we're not doing
Anyways.
this for fun anymore, so we're gonna bust out the books. We're gonna
Yeah.
start meta.
Every time one of you guys start taking damage, I will literally come to your house and shoot you.
No, please. I mean,
You're like, alright, you took
That's
20
some-
damage, Shen, I'll see you in a minute.
that is some commitment.
So 20 damage. That's like a round from a 22, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's about the same amount in numbers.
No, but small story, basically, I was just like, hey, it'd be cool if we had some emotes here, and just kind of spruced up the channel a little bit, and so I signed for affiliate, not really expecting to get it, and then I got it, and then I was like, I guess I should start finding an artist for some emotes then. And I did. So I was like, cool, I'll get this emote, and then Twitch was just like, hey buddy, instead of one emote, you should get 5. So I'm gonna have to go and look for 5 new emotes, and those will be added in time. There's one on the way, and that'll be hopefully this weekend. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Please look forward to it.
This is fun. You having fun?
This is fun. You having fun? Oh no.
That's about our streams getting serious.
Yeah, that's the series
You
of
have
the
fun?
stream. You enjoying this fun of this stream? Good. Anyways,
Better have fun.
So yeah, so I guess that's my spiel on the affiliate stuff. Welcome back, guys, and yeah, it's another lovely day for Adventurer.
Hopefully
for
not fun with
adventurers.
heart palpitations.
Heart palpitations. I doubt it, but we can
never know.
dream.
No, that's not.
Instead of just me and Zach, it'll be everyone this time.
Exactly. I intend to make all of you guys have miniature heart attacks by the end of the stream.
I mean, that's not a hard for Mortarin, so I mean, you're setting a real low bar there, fam.
I know. It's pretty great.
I can do it. I could do it just with mean, so
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
not hard.
but it's okay. What the DM has planned, he'll make our heart palpitations beat like someone who drank pickle juice.
I know where you're referencing, and I hate it. Anyways, how about we go to the recap?
All right.
Boy.
What a recap.
Yeah, what a hell of a recap. I'd like to get to that real quick before.
Get the hell out of my fridge.
Oh.
There's a roach in my fridge.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not the
normal.
recap,
Anyways.
but yikes.
It could be considered a part of the recap.
The roach infests this fridge.
Lamine opens up fridge. Oh!
Yeah, I could see that. It's Brosnov.
Can you smite a roach?
So, I
Watch
believe we
me.
met last week, which is great. It's nice to try and take a jab at returning to some normalcy around here. We were kind of split on what was going on, but the one big thing was y'all had a fun, friendly visit from the local boogeyman, the guy who's been hounding you for how many
Too
sessions?
long.
Well, he's
Too
not
long.
been actively hounding you, but he's definitely been putting some roadblocks in your way here and there. And that's to
Yes.
say the Collector, or as he revealed himself to be, the Herald.
Real piece of work, him.
Yeah. So the World Walker pretty much just kind of showed up and was just barely able to keep him from murdering you guys, and had a nice, lovely conversation. And
Lovely.
he came bearing some good and also mostly terrible news, which is to say, the good news is he's gonna let you off the hook for a little bit. The bad news is why he's doing it, which is there's a new horseman in town, the Void Rider, and you know, he's riding around fucking things up, or he
Is
will be.
Actually, it's hard to believe someone like that is in Brosnov.
I mean, is it really?
A little bit.
Well, he's from the
Have this-
box, so
Have this massive asshole destroying the city and no one's talking about it.
yep. He's he's just starting out, so you know. You guys got kind of like the early warning. You got the notification before the whole show started from the Herald himself. So Homeboy is as he puts it, he's not gonna be trying to kill you guys
Or no.
for now.
Fucker.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Awfully nice of him.
That being said, the party was kind of split on what to do afterwards when you guys had your fun meeting. After you had your fun meeting, I should say, which was Yasha's good old buddy Temur, the Vinton Yakuza guy from the frickin' dance club, came in with a request and offered to return Catherine's bartender back if you helped him out on this small favor. To which half of you guys said, fuck that Vinton dude, we ain't helping the Yakuza. And the other half was just like, we gonna help because Roy's our boy.
Sorry, boy.
Yeah. So, Lamine and Mordorin, you two stayed behind and pretty much planned and pondered and kind of collaborated on, not the orb. No orb pondering here. That's for Caiaphas. Anyways,
Lemmy
Yeah.
doesn't have the patience to look at an orb.
you two basically kind of sat back and let the other two handle that whole ordeal and kind of get a better idea. Mordorin, you were more or less studying on the Void Rider and having a nice heart-to-heart with the World Walker, as well as
Oh boy.
yeah, learning a little bit about yourself and certain higher powers at play.
Ah,
So it was a very fun and interesting segue. Meanwhile, on the other side, fucking clowns that went to go help out the Yakuza
Utter chaos.
went and witnessed some absolute fuckery. As you two were basically tasked with finding and stopping 3 Merchants Guild trucks that were moving some mysterious supplies around on the overpass. That the segment of the specifically the segment of the overpass that goes around this part of the city. As you may know, the overpass is only partially completed and is not fully connected, but there are parts that are scattered all over the entire city-state, and they're not all interlinked yet, but they're in all sorts of various states of completion.
Yeah.
So, in due time, they'll, that's the idea. But, yeah, you two basically went up on the ramp, got given a warning by some of the riders to say, hey, the cops up here are not really chill, and if they catch you walking on the overpass, they're gonna get pissed. And,
To which they was promptly disregarded.
Yep. To which you guys pretty much were just like, yeah, we're not taking your advice, and we're not getting the lift you guys are offering, even though it's like a courtesy. Because fuck these random strangers.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. It's Brosnov. However, the risk was unfortunate, and lo and behold, the Tetsu Riders came and wrote you guys up a hefty ticket and gave you a lift to the station. And yeah, but that's when the fun started, which is to say the trucks you guys were coming after finally did their round, and in your attempt to getting out of a ticket, you guys basically jumped on the Merchants Guild trucks and proceeded to have a fist fight with the Merchants Guild guards on said trucks. And you were able to also get the Tetsu Riders involved. And Homeboy Kagero was more than happy to come in and basically bust up
Chop.
bust up some trucks with his fucking katana and, just shoulder checking in.
Chop.
Yep. So, yeah, it was a fun, if not hectic, moment for you guys because at any moment you could have slipped off and had taken, maybe several dozen D-somethings of damage. Because I have a fun little way to calculate road rash at 90 miles an hour.
Impossible.
In any case, yeah, so that was that. So you two were able to successfully stop the trucks with the help of the Tetsu Riders, and discovered that on the flatbed of one of the trucks was a mechanical Hydra, and Yasha, with a well-placed shot, was able to take out the driver and cause said truck to crash. However, the Hydra had other plans, and the thing, in an almost comical fashion, deployed balloons from its back and some wings, and it just kind of sputtered away. And yeah, so that was fun. Eventually, you guys made it back. Kyron got on the good side of Kagero and the Tetsu Riders and learned a lot about him, in fact. And now he's made a bit of a friend in the city with the infamous Riders. And Yasha had an interesting moment, and recovered with a dumpling and made his way back home.
What can't those dumplings do? Not do, rather.
I'm not gonna make a list on that. But yeah, it is the final hours of the Brosnov night, and as soon in an hour or so, the engines from the mountain will sputter back to life, and artificial light will once again bathe the city in a nice orange glow. You guys are back at the house. What do? Oh yeah, and you also got paid.
I mean, everyone's asleep. Well, except for the elves. They'll fucking need sleep.
Screech.
Well,
So, I mean,
that aside, after your guys' rest, you guys have a couple hours to basically have to yourselves on this Brosnov Eve.
I screech like one of Biddlebaum's cousins.
Oh.
no, don't mention that name here.
Not in this campaign.
Do not want. I mean, God. Oh my God. Where do I start?
Where don't we start?
Cause there's a thing where we gotta talk to Yasha. At least for Mordorin. Mordorin still has to figure out a plan. Oh God.
Time to plan.
Is now a good time to talk to Yasha? Yasha, is this a good time? This is a good time to talk.
Shouldn't we take care of that rider that's going through the city?
Yeah, that's like the plan part, so. That's why it's like, oh my God, what do I want to take care of first?
We need to find out information.
Yeah. Okay. Plan it is then. Cause I have bits and pieces of everything that we basically need to do. So, clearly number one is take out that writer if he is actually here in Brosna, which we have no idea of or have anything about it at the moment. Is that correct?
You know that he's out and around, but given that there's nothing that's come up, like nobody's been like, hey, there's some guy that's been riding
Wow,
around.
this is this asshole murking everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fairly evident that he hasn't, either news hasn't sprung up of him yet, or he's only beginning. Like it's you know he's out there. You just don't know what's
Yeah.
going on right now.
Yeah, so there's that. There's also the lovely little side quest that Yasha decided to take upon. I think with
Mhm.
everything with the not, I mean the Yakuza one is kind of already done and over with. But then there's the one with get these guys out of here, out of my
Get these
establishment.
people out of the club.
Get these people out of the club. So there's that as well, which we
We
have
should only really
discussed a
consider
little.
that once we work out where if the Shadow Rider's nearby or what.
Yeah. I'm just basically listing out the things that we need to do eventually or now. Nothing to do with priority right now. Just eventually got to deal with that, but we do also have information that could help us with that case with the missing Yuki lady.
Mhm.
There we go.
And
Forgot to change the
and
thing.
then we still have to figure out fucking Roland, please find the damn thing.
Yeah, Roland is out.
He's busy.
In
Still
fact,
not back.
yeah, he's not been he's been out for a while. This time he's out. Like,
Sure hope Roland's all right.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, probably can't do much about that. So, I mean, there's the Herald, but honestly, that is like we don't actually want to find him.
Not
At
now.
this point, we don't want to find him.
Hey, he's in
yeah.
our backyard. Go figure.
Oh my god!
it's the
So-
warden was at, or the not the warden, the herald was actually in your fridge. That's what attacked you.
Oh no, he was the roach all along. Squishes.
Yep.
Like
Oh, well,
you open the fridge door. He's like, "You're not supposed to be here yet." Shuts fridge door.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's all.
Okay.
We're gonna have to eat out from now on.
But yeah, that is all we have. That is all on our plate at the moment. Correct? I'm not missing anything.
So yeah, to kind of summarize or kind of follow up off of what you said. So you've got kicking out the Yakuza from the from the club.
Yep.
There's the disappearance of Lady Yuki.
Which is, could be useful.
There's also the lady that just turned to ashes in that
God.
in that guild warehouse.
Border is like that is the least of my worries right now, and that's a fucking huge problem. If a lady turning into ash is my least problem, my lowest on the low right now.
There is the Void Rider,
Yeah,
and
high priority.
I think that's more or less covers mostly everything.
All right.
Getting rid of the guild in general is kind of a thing that you guys kind of signed on with Tessa for. Kind of, but that's kind of like the big overarching thing. I think blowing up 3
Getting
guild trucks.
Guild entirely?
Well, not entirely, but
No.
definitely like helping out, because there was that conversation you guys had with Tessa regarding on how the gangs are kind of a pain in the ass to a lot of good folks, and a
Yeah.
lot of people would benefit if a lot of these major gangs took a blow here and there.
Yeah, like I thought it was just a major like just knock all the gangs down a peg, not just them. They're just the first.
Well, you know,
Unfortunately.
they're kind of the most immediate threat. There's definitely a lot more than just the guild and the Yakuza, though.
Yeah.
But those are the most immediate threats that you guys kind of are dealing with in this part of Brosnov.
Yeah.
Hopefully detonating their convoy sets them back a bit.
Yeah, that'll definitely inconvenience them. So they still
I
have that robot
mean-
Hydra that flew away.
Yeah.
Not really much you could do about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure if I shot at it, it would not pop the balloon, considering the kind of balloon you would need something to lift up like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That thing is not gonna be inconvenienced with a single shot. Even with the balloon, even with attempting to destroy the balloons.
You would need an anti-tank rifle, minimum.
Yep. Oh, if only someone had one.
Yeah. If only.
Hmm.
Don't know who has
But
one,
yeah,
but it'd
so
be nice.
that is
Yep.
like everything on the table at the moment. So now it's just coming up with a plan to find the writer itself.
So, is that what I'm understanding? You guys want to consider doing? Just looking into locating the writer.
Yeah, I think that at least that's Mordorin's highest priority at the moment compared to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty sound considering that any minute now he's gonna snap and just start murking people left and right. So yeah,
Yep.
Plus, he also has a relic. Oh wait. Oh shit! Nobody knows. Oh god. Oh my god! Mordorin has to tell them.
A little more specific is not that he's got a relic, is that he more or less is the
Is
relic.
the relic? Yeah. Yeah, I think Mortar will have to kind of briefly summarize what the World Walker told him,
Yeah.
which probably explains to me why Mortarin left stressed and then came back more stressed. Oh, poor baby. But you're also a dumb fuck. Anyways.
What did I miss?
didn't
Oh,
you miss?
Mortarin being a baby, but also a dumbass.
It's just recapping.
Recap
Okay.
and also kind of laying out what you guys kind of have and want have to do and want to do. I wouldn't say have to do like you need to do this, but like it's a to-do list.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You got
highest priority is probably gonna be the Void Rider. Like that has to be taken out
All right.
immediately. Even though the Herald was like, yeah, taking him out will benefit both of us. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just better to just
I mean,
take out the Void Rider.
From Yasuo's perspective, I mean, he's just gonna go apeshit and kill random civilians and people. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Like he's just gonna snap and just start murking people. It's like that doesn't sound good.
But like, do we actually have a way of tracking the Void Rider?
No, we're trying to figure out a plan. But also, I just realized Mortar never told anybody yet because he hasn't had the. For once, it's because he hasn't had the time to tell anybody, not that he like actively avoided telling everybody.
Yeah.
But now he has time, and he can talk about what the World Walker told him about the Void Rider.
No touchy him. He got
Yeah.
goop or something. No touch it.
Yeah,
Gobbledygook.
he leaves like an inky black trail. Avoid the fuck out of it. Like, just avoid it.
Yep.
Don't go
Pretty
near
much.
It, don't go in it. Anywhere.
Yeah,
Oh my
pretty much to kind of summarize, the Void Rider is, well, he's just a void being, and pretty much more or less anything he interacts with gets gooped with some void, which is nasty business. The World Walker did offer one method of tracking, which is of course he himself kind of trying to pinpoint him. Given that he has some mysterious powers that allows him to do so. I mean, he's kind of a
Mysterious.
mysterious. I mean, he's kind of a being made of thoughts, memories, and dreams and all that. So he knows some. He's got some extra dimensional magic that can kind of assist you guys on
Ooh, whoa.
finding this walking death machine.
That's amazing. I really don't know how thoughts are gonna really help us with this.
You know, you just tell them be gone.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what we don't want to do with the or the Rider, because then he'll just go somewhere else and kill people.
That does
No, that's
actually
fair.
also remind me, guys. Nobody has
No.
mentioned to Kyron about your whole shenanigans with the Night Vault. and the
No,
relics.
we explained it to him.
There was a
We
bit. There
Oh,
was a
did
bit
you
of
guys do that?
backtracking. Yeah, we
Yes,
did
we
that
did.
last session.
Okay, so we did
little
cover
bit
it.
at least.
Kyron was like, "Give me the layman's," and layman's word had.
Yeah.
Give me the summary. Shows him like 30 paragraphs. Yo, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
This is the short
Yeah.
version.
And speaking of, it can just appear and vanish because.
The
Because
vault?
Well,
no, not
well,
the Vault, the
Kyron,
Void Rider.
I have finished my
Void Rider.
800-page dissertation on the
Right.
Nightfall. Here you go.
Yeah, the Void Rider can kind of just pop up anywhere and then vanish anywhere. So when he shows up, it's only for a limited time.
But
You
I'm
know,
sure in
like
that limited amount of time, he like decimates shit.
Yeah, he
I think the
wreaks
best thing
havoc.
to do would be find something to lure him out with that in mind.
What is he attracted to?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what our research will be basically looking for. I mean, it's not. I highly doubt someone at like the Void Rider is just gonna go, "Yo, check this out." Appears out of nowhere, kills people. Yo, that was sick.
And the fucking Dick Walker can't give us like any clues about how, like what he comes up for. Like we can't just make like a turkey dinner and be like, "Come here, Void Rider."
He's actually repulsed by turkey dinner.
yeah.
Shit.
Damn it.
That'll actually keep the Void Rider away.
He's like, "Oh god, turkey!" He just stays out.
Yep.
Hmm.
But it tastes better with gobbledygook.
And that's why Brosnov celebrates Thanksgiving.
That's
Not
true.
because it's for good food and just tons of free like munching. It's to keep It's to keep the Void Rider away.
Yeah, let's keep the Void Rider away and, prevent him from leveling half their city.
Well, look, I
As he
understand.
watches in disgust, going, "Oh god, you people eat that shit."
Yep.
Just hovering above the city like
It's like, what are you people doing?
I understand that that's probably going to be our highest priority since he sounds like big Mondo trouble. But
Yeah, undoubtedly.
if we have no leads, we're pretty
gotta
much just at a
find
dead
it.
end, right?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta find them.
Yeah, there
Well, that's
is,
why we're gonna investigate.
Yeah,
you do
we
have
have
a
to find
number
the
of methods to kind of pick up on it. And you do have also the Mage's Towers backing as well. I know this hasn't been really relevant to come up, mostly because why the fuck would you ever ask anybody in Valvadiri how to do anything in Brosnov? But you do have a means to communicate with the people back in Valvadiri, namely Clyde,
Yeah.
since Caiaphas is kind of a coin toss. And
Yeah.
while the World Walker
Semi out of
himself,
position at the moment.
yeah, he might show up, and that'll be a die roll, honestly. But you
No,
can
it's
request
fine.
you can always request from the from them because, well, even though this is like obscure ancient knowledge, there's probably a book on it somewhere just tucked away that that the Archmage himself may have had at one point.
Nah, it's fine, bro. Just send the Express Yasha. Get an answer back in like 2 days.
God.
Or
That's
a
important.
day.
Just have him get over there in a nice 14-hour sprint, no big deal.
A casual.
A
him a
casual
boot arrow.
14-hour sprint.
He will have a casual, very soothing land speed cruise of about 128 miles per hour.
Hell yeah.
Fucking hell.
God.
Big quotes in casual.
Wait, we can buy any common or uncommon item, right? I'm kidding.
Is that the rule?
No,
I
we're
wasn't-
not
I
getting
wasn't
it
here
boost
for
of
that.
haste. We're not doing it. I'm not doing it.
No, I'm not doing it either. That's just silly.
Well, I
But out
wasn't
of
here for
character,
any,
that would be utterly goofy and amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
And we need to go tell Caiaphas something, and then you just have the local monk fucking running 128 miles per hour across the fucking fields.
We need to deliver this missive to Caiaphas. I got it.
I got the stamp.
It just watches as Yasha has like the fucking Roadrunner animation legs under his fucking waist.
And then you would just put the backdrop to like, I don't know, like someone running through the Kenshi landscapes.
Oh my god, yeah. Watch
You know,
him
just be
fucking
that.
Naruto run across fucking the
as
realm.
people are fighting horrific beasts, getting chomped. There's wars happening, and you just have Yasha,
Well-
Naruto running through it all.
Well, this is the Midlands, so you would be right about the fighting at least, to some degree.
Oh.
Yeah, it would be like Kenshi. You just run past these things and you're like, oh my god, there's massacres happening over there.
Yeah.
Keeps
It's
running.
just like there's like Brosnov mercenaries, Bastion knights, and some Valvadirian guard that are just like duking it out around these like small villages, and people are just like, please go away. And then there's just fucking Yasha just fucking
This tiny monk speeding through the fucking landscape like
zooming
no
past,
problem.
and he's just like, man, that looks really crappy over there.
Ugh. Good thing I'm not over there. Neumes past.
Hydrate. I gotta go get water for that. God damn. Alright, well thankfully this is wireless and I can walk to the garage.
Such hydration.
Why do you know what? Never mind. I've
Hmm?
heard weirder things.
What? Why do
Just
I have
walking
water?
to the garage.
Walk to the
Yeah,
garage.
I have a
Wait,
garage.
what?
What's weird about that?
Such hydration.
Anyways,
I don't
let's
understand what's
see.
weird about that.
Yeah, Mortar would probably.
It's the walking part that's kind of weird.
I agree.
Who's
with
that
that.
these days?
Walking. Ugh.
Oh my god.
In any
Yeah,
case,
probably contact. Definitely World Walker. Like, bro, help us out. Just like, what are we gonna do? Comb the entire city ourselves? Like, nothing.
I'm gonna
I mean-
just pull a fucking detective game and just go around going, have you heard of this man?
Is there a library?
Yeah, that's
we
gonna
can
go over
to?
well.
library in Brosnov. Yes, actually.
Mortar would know.
Mortar would know.
Yeah, take Mortar in with you.
At least Morden would know the libraries of his particular district.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like if we don't have anybody to refer to directly, that won't take forever. Maybe just some hard book research would help.
Yep.
Mortar and has eyes emojis.
Well,
Potentially.
you have connections with powerful nerds who can also help you with that as well. So,
What nerds are those?
the Valvadiri nerds and Tessa.
Well,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
Java
yeah,
Theory
Mortar
nerds
would
are unbeknownst to
probably.
me.
Yeah,
Hey, Tesla.
Yeah,
Hey, Tessa.
Mortar would probably, ask Tessa for help in
Well,
regard.
last I recall, when we were ending the session last time, Tessa wasn't even fucking here.
She was sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Oh,
now
I
she's
thought she
sleeping.
fucking left.
No, Vika was out because he was doing grocery shopping. But when you guys came back, he came back with your paychecks.
Well, I'm not gonna go and wake up a lady. That's rude.
Yeah, in exchange he
Yeah,
gets
but it's been a couple of hours, so.
Yeah,
in exchange
this
he
is
gets yet another Yasha story.
yeah. So this
You-
is
I-
this is
Still
all
not
after the
had it with
fact.
Josh James, I think.
This is all after the fact. You guys pretty much came in, you know, brought the couple up to speed, and yeah.
You receive paycheck, I receive Yasha story.
About the only thing that Lamina would be able to help with is potentially asking people around. But I think that's about it.
Honestly, the best people to ask, I think, right away would be both Vaiko and Tessa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so.
is,
Yeah.
And I'm sure Vaiko will much more easily hear these and see these things if we say, hey, look out for these, like, signs. Considering he
'cause
spends a
this
lot of his time out at
Brosnov
home.
Day now, so he can't really see.
Doesn't he have the
Windows
special
want
goggles
to
that let him
move
see?
up,
It's
though.
not perfect, but, you know.
He goes out during the day, but he's not out as much because it's not a matter of seeing in the daytime because of those
More like
goggles.
people seeing
But yeah,
seeing him.
rather he doesn't want to be seen during the day, so he tends to spend more time out during the Brosnov nights. That doesn't mean he stays all the time at home.
He becomes a neat.
No, he still goes out and about, but he just does it a lot less.
Well, fuck him anyway. I don't need his eyes. I don't need him to look at me. I need him to answer my questions.
Which is...
Oh, I don't know. I mean, whatever questions everybody else has.
Oh.
I mean, Mortar was just gonna ask, you know, be like, hey, yeah, can you help us with the Void Rider?
I'm gonna
And
at least
just-
wait for her to have breakfast before I start hammering her.
Oh, Mortar would not. Absolutely not. This is more.
Well, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, Mortar doesn't care about that kind of stuff when it comes to, I don't know, a creature that could just fucking destroy things
Fair
on a
enough.
whim. So, He's like, sorry, I got my priorities and I think they're on straight, and your breakfast is not on it.
Hi, good morning. So, anyways, Void Rider.
Yeah, he would totally do that. Be like,
Void Rider. I was like, man, this is really the time.
I hold my
Mordor
action.
does not give a shit about that.
Let's tap Tessa out since we're gonna be interacting with Tessa, I guess. So you guys basically just kind of fill Tessa in on the info,
On the Void Rider. Yeah.
and she's just like, "Y'all fucking kidding me?"
Mordrin is like,
It's like right now.
I wish I would. I wish I was kidding. Wish I had a goddamn funny bone in my body. I can be funny sometimes.
You get funny around Lamine all the time.
Mordrin is just confused.
I'm sorry?
Mordrin is confused at that.
Wait, what?
What?
I was distracted. What did you say? All I heard was Lamine. Why did Lamine come up?
It's the perfect reaction. They're both like, what? Yasha goes,
What?
oh, I gotta go do something now. Wanders off.
But yes, we're not kidding.
Ah, so you're telling me this ancient evil you guys let loose just one of them just started showing up, and
Yep.
this guy called the Herald is telling you this.
Yep.
God, it's too
Phrase it
early
like
for
that,
me to
but
drink,
yeah.
but I could go for a drink.
I
All
can
right.
too.
I'll
But I
look
can't.
into it. I think I've got some tomes on from the Archmage from back in the day, so
Tomes.
Gotta skip day drinking and go straight to morning drinking.
Ah, yes.
Remember, your most important meal of the day is your first mimosa.
God, I'm like my sister. Anyways,
Wow.
don't tell her I said that.
in any case,
Good luck. I have no way to tell her.
Curse is foiled again.
I'll find a way.
God,
I said my carrier pigeon.
doesn't even know
Delicious.
she lives.
I'm letting Mordrin take points since he's clearly distraught about this whole business.
Oh yeah, I mean, considering what kind of creature it is.
I'm not concerned.
Yeah, he is. So
Don't
yeah.
freak out too much about it, alright?
And also, if Tesla is able to contact Valvadiri, that'd be cool. Okay, thanks.
She can definitely do that. In fact,
All right.
she'll do
Yes.
that right now, just so that she gets more folks to help.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
He will
Somebody be
respond.
Mordor for a little bit. I
Bring
really need to use the
everyone.
bathroom.
Somebody be Mordrin for a bit.
No.
Okay. All right. Give me Mordor back, you bitches.
That's all I have to say for Mordrin. Just...
Anyways, Tessa goes and she
I have a
pretty
question
much.
for Maiko.
Oh, what's up?
I want to know where would be the place to go to buy weapons?
Buying weapons. Well, there's
My ears perk up.
there's an old weapons shop that's pretty reliable that you can head to. What are you looking for? I'm sure they'll have it.
I suppose mainly any kind of firearm would be up there, but she's kind of just browsing. I
Hell
want
yeah.
to browse, see what there is, and then she'll figure out what she wants from there, I suppose. Yeah, primarily like, let's get the gun.
Wherever you're
probably
deciding to
her main
go,
thing.
I'll be happy to accompany you.
Sorry, I gotta take care of something real quick. So if you guys wanna.
Gucci.
So Yasha, what
That's
did you
not a
mean
whole lot
by
that
he
you
asked?
Mordrin
Gosh,
deals.
you have to find us out of the
Lying
house.
on the cold hard floor.
Ah! Damn it! Who sings that song?
The T-Swift.
Oh my god.
The T-Swift.
The
I-
T-Swift. For whatever reason, every time I think about her, blank space comes up.
Josh, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on you, okay?
All right.
Oh God. Why?
no.
Wait,
I don't-
what's going on?
Lamau.
Asking about what he said. Yasha, what did you say? No,
Oh, this is
I don't
gonna
have
be
that
good.
prepared, so I can't. I don't actually have it prepared.
I said earlier that it's kind of sleepy.
Squints. Press X to doubt.
Didn't ask what time when he said what.
Mortarin ain't telling.
I mean, more to say what for different reasons.
Yes.
What? Yeah, it's just
What?
like, oh, I'm gonna go take care of the plants now. Waddles off.
He's like, Morton? What did Yasha say?
I gotta help Yasha tend to the plant.
Lamine.
Okay,
Thumbs
sorry
up.
about that.
This is Lamine. It's right now.
Okay,
Excuse
sorry.
me? What just happened?
So-
almost. Yeah, go ahead.
You were asking on, so Vico mentions about the armory. They do have some weapons.
Yes.
Obviously they're not too high end, given the fact that it's more like a public armory, and obviously it's nothing like you're gonna see with the Tetsugard, because those guys got the nice stuff. Like their stuff works even in the rebounded field, or in the bounded field. But
I
he
like
does
that
mention
stuff.
like, hey, it's better than nothing.
It's a starting point.
Yeah.
It is a start.
You know. Well, I just kind of want to see what the city has to offer.
Yeah, damn it.
I go
Yeah.
from there.
There's a few things. He does say that if you want something a lot more high end, though, you're gonna have to like look to some of the other districts,
Hell yeah, let's go.
because like things
Do you
like
know anything about
Portside.
the districts?
Hmm.
Does he know what districts might be worth looking into?
Depends on what you're looking
Particular
for.
or
He does make mention, and he kind of says this in a bit of a more hushed tone, and he says, "I know in Old Kingdom, there's some folks that can get you some material that works just like it does if without the bounded field. If you're looking for something like that, some folks happen to know the material supply that the Tetsugard use for their weapons and firearms in order for it to function without the bounded field's effect. Other than that, if you want something that's a little more more bang for your buck, so to speak, Portside has some, well, rather shady dealers who will more than happily supply you with something that's a little bit bigger than a flintlock rifle or an old machine gun.
okay.
Oh,
So-
Lamine, are you gonna buy guns?
Plan.
That's kind of what he sort of gives you on that. It's like most of the
Fucking,
armories are
Lamine-
gonna give you like pistols, rifles, but if you want like the good stuff, Old Kingdom and Portside will have it.
Okay.
You gotta take me, Lamine. I wanna go find guns too.
Kyron fucking vibrates.
Well, I guess Mortarin has to come because it's either he comes or he's left alone, and I don't think anybody wants either of those options.
You can always do research.
True, but leaving Mortarin by himself is. I mean, I guess he could just stuff him in a library. He should be fine.
Now
Nah,
lying
nah.
on the
You can-
cold hard
Takes
floor.
into the library. Alright, stay here for like a few hours. Flew back.
Nah, he can research firearms with the gang.
I give
By
the
research, I
Please stop
mean
library.
by-
splitting the party. Please stop splitting the party.
No,
Give the
never.
librarian a leash. Make sure he doesn't leave.
Come here, book boy. You're buying guns with us.
Ah!
Kyron goes to the library. What's the worst that could happen? Mushroom cloud.
3
One of
mushroom
those.
clouds.
I mean, that
It's
is
one
a
of those
plan. You
losers
could
with,
just, when you guys go gun shopping, just drop Mortar off at a library. He's
Um,
not going anywhere. In fact, if you decide to sleep at a place, just come back in the morning. You still find him researching. God damn it!
Sounds about right.
I'm gonna swap songs real quick.
This
So
is not the first or the last time this has happened.
party's opting on gun shopping then?
Gun shopping.
At some point.
Right now.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know what?
Party what do? Gun shopping?
Right now,
Or...
it's actually fine.
Ideally, she'd like to get it sorted before we get into a big fight. She kind of
Okay.
means like, okay,
Did
we're
you
about
wanna...
to get really involved with some bullshit soon, so I want to make sure that I'm like, I just got paid. It's time to use this money.
I just
Did you
got
want to
paid
stick
today.
around for the meeting Tessa's gonna hold with Valvadiri real quick? Or did you
Yes.
guys
Yeah,
want to
probably.
take off?
Like-
Because you have the option to stay and you have the option to go.
No, god damn it, we're gonna stay for the meeting so we get all the information.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you'll get the information front and center rather than having it furnished.
Yeah, damn it.
Alright. Well, I rolled to see whether it was going to be Clyde or whether Caiaphas is enough strength to
Do it.
and Caiaphas has the strength to do it.
Nice.
Oh, he's feeling good today.
He's feeling,
He's
well,
good
he's
today.
not feeling good, but he's definitely feeling enough
In-
to actually take
In
the
comparison to his normal.
call. So yeah, Tessa busts out her big old mirror, and with that she contacts Valvadiri, and Caiaphas is around, and he's, well, still looking really crap, but homeboy is he's able to talk, and in a rather tired way he welcomes you guys, and he's like, ah, yes, I see you guys have met with the last member that call it a late hire, but I figured you might have needed the extra help.
Always use more help.
Where are you?
Internally means like he might have been a mixed blessing, but okay.
A blursing.
Blursing. Nah, all things considered, he's been pretty okay. Could have been worse, so we'll take it.
Would have been worse.
Well, it seems like
Fits right
Brosnov
in
has not been too overwhelming for you guys. I've been catching up on some of the
Most.
reports I've been hearing.
It's been
An adventure.
an experience.
It has definitely been.
Brosnov has been somewhat trying, that's for certain.
It's been a long fucking week.
Yeah.
It has been.
It has
The over
been.
knows no good, terrible week.
Kyron's no good, terrible week. Yeah, it has been a week.
Well, get used to it, Kyron. You're gonna have a lot more of them.
Last triumphantly in his head.
There's gonna be a lot more troubling trials ahead, no doubt. So I'm guessing you kind of go over and mention to Caiaphas the
Here's
recent
been our
happenings.
week. Yeah, give him all the Yasha stories.
All of them.
Oh my god.
And I'm sure Vico must have fucking archived at this point with how insane they're getting.
Yep. You know that guy's got some hell of a
Wait,
story.
we're not telling Caiaphas about the club, right?
Hell yeah.
Are you telling Caiaphas about the club?
Important.
If you
we
don't stop
need to.
him, Yasha will.
Mortar
will
will stop
poison.
him after the club. Just like as soon as Mortar knows about the club, Mortar's just like, no.
Order notices that he has to stop talking, clamps hand over Ash's mouth like, nope.
Just be like, Yasha, tell him about. Basically, like distract him. Be like, no, tell him about, after all that happened,
But
Suddenly,
I wasn't done with the story.
Kyron
Suddenly
mentioned
the
that while
Herald,
Yasha
go
was
ahead,
trying to find
Yasha.
himself that the Yakuza were found at the club.
Yakuza at the club, huh? Well,
Yeah,
That's
They
quite
did.
troubling.
They discovered it while they were teaching the boy how to be a man.
that-
Congratulations, Yasha. Man.
Huh? Just
Don't-
has the most
don't
like
rope me
blank
into
look on his
this.
face, like
Don't rope me into this, Kyron. It's not my fault. Not
It
my
was
fault.
it was a joint effort, a
It
two-pronged
was
attack.
not a
Even.
joint effort. But anyways, back at the actual information instead of this.
Information that actually matters.
Yeah, information actually matters.
Well, Caiaphas gives, albeit a tired but amused laugh. But, he nods. He's like, alright, let's get back to business. So, seems like you guys have a lot going on. And it's good that you're taking care of some friends as well. I know Catherine has, Catherine doesn't show it, but she was, part of the, part of the Mage's Tower as well. However, once she was finished with her teachings, and she decided to set off and take to some more lucrative opportunities with her magics. It's good to see that she's making good use of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
In any case, this Void Rider business sounds really bad.
Yeah.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, I will be looking into this and this so-called herald that you guys have told me about.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a real piece of work.
Yeah. And likely demonic, but that shouldn't be surprising.
Ugh, demons. Well, dabbling with demonic powers can get you into real hot water.
Yeah, but it could be worse.
I can only imagine. In any case, divine outsider beings aside, we the Calustans were definitely up to some crazy things if that's one of the things that kind of happened to be part of that box that you guys found.
Lumbos.
Well, nevertheless, I'll be very quick about it, and I think I know just the tome that the old Archmage had on hand. That may be able to provide us with some clues. And so for that, I'm just
So I
gonna have
hope you find
Caiaphas.
something.
Caiaphas is just gonna make a quick skill check for you guys.
Okay, while you're making the skill check, I'm curious if there hasn't been a new book that Caiaphas has given us, right? I don't think so, because when we left Brosnov, he's obviously out of commission, so.
He's been out of commission, so you'd be surprised if he's been able to send anything your way in a week's worth of recovering
Yeah.
after, suffering a
Wait.
near fatal death and
No,
being pretty much more or less comatose.
I want
Yeah,
to suffer a
and I think
non-fatal
Mordrin
death.
did give the
Same.
book back to Clyde. I think he did. I don't think. Oh wait, actually wait. I think it was on Lamine. Did Lamine give it back?
I mean, give it back.
Okay.
I give it back, yeah.
Interesting read.
It was something.
It was something.
It really was something else.
Well, Caiaphas pours over some of the contents of the tome, or of the tomes, and he does happen to recall something that seems a bit familiar to what you guys might be looking for. And it's a bit of an excerpt of a heroic warrior from a lost time. Now it's more like this is more like a fictional story, really, or like just kind of like someone made up this thing. But the descriptors of it seems a little bit too on par with what you're kind of looking for. And the excerpt goes, and so he rode, bringing the light down upon all. Though the harder he rode, the faster he went. The greater he strode, faster, until all light escaped him, until all before him became darkness, and that which was ahead became nothing. What was left behind was but a roiling destruction, and the rider was no more.
Yeah, that's pretty on point.
Or Sonic.
Yep. Sonic. He lives in darkness because he outruns the light.
The only problem with being so fast is you outrun the light and you have to live in the darkness. Rip
My
Sonic.
goodness.
That's some deep shit, man.
Void Rider knows about Sonic, he appreciates.
In any case, there's a few context clues that can be kind of brought up from the excerpt that Caiaphas kind of points out, and one of them is that before the rider rides, there is a flash of brilliant light that comes down upon the lands. And one of the other telltale signs is as the rider rides faster, everything grows darker. So, more or less, look for shifting changes of light and dark.
Alright. Well, that'll.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's kind of like one of the big things. The other context that's kind of given with this is that the story revolves around a heroic warrior charging off after a monster that is in a tower. So, likely, if it's any context to the Void Rider, large structures are probably going to be his priority.
Oh god.
Looks
What
at the
are
Yuki
large-
Wonderworks landmark.
I don't know, maybe the high rises?
Oh god, isn't that in the Hanging Gardens, my dude?
The Hanging Gardens
Yeah.
is home to a number of spires.
You know, also where Mom is.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where my brain went. And Mortarin's like, oh.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Like, alright, are there any other tall, large structures?
So you're saying we need to slay the Spire?
Well, not
I'm
you,
leaving
but
by.
he needs to.
You need to stop the slaying of the Spire.
Yeah, you need to stop him from slaying the Spire. You know,
Alright, I
you need
guess
to
we
make
got-
sure he builds a bad deck and makes some poor choices.
I was gonna say, oh, I got my man on it. I know this guy. His name is Vine Sauce. Very good at making bad decisions in card games.
Are you kidding me? This man is like the Halligan of card games. Let's be real here. Vinny will make the worst decisions and still come out with a positive outcome in most cases.
Most cases.
This ain't Inscription, man.
Oh my god, his inscription plates are so.
It's all over the place. By the way, I am standing and stretching. I saw that redemption. I'm glad you're enjoying the redeems.
Somebody has to.
For D&D, I'm gonna probably limit those, mostly because I don't want to be doing all sorts of stuff, and obviously the Final Fantasy ones don't really apply here.
Yeah.
Why not? Anyway, yeah. So,
Oh.
large buildings, huh?
Yeah, of which you know the Hanging Gardens is home to a number of spires.
Is there any
These-
particular reason why he appears to certain spires?
Well, there's an allusion to his, or not allusion, but there's not too much context outside of that, but it's part of like, you only have chunks and pieces of the story, but the story goes about a great warrior who rides into battle to fight a monster in a tower, and he goes to destroy the tower, basically. And before he leaves, and in the description was the flash of brilliant light, and he rides faster and harder until darkness falls, and nothing but a trail of destruction is left behind him.
A large monster in a tower?
Yeah.
Looks at Kyron.
Question mark.
Do you think that Hydra went to a large tower?
Which direction did it go? It went port side, right?
It went
Went
to port side.
towards port side, yeah.
Are there any large buildings in Portside?
From where I was looking, not that I could see, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt none to do a little investigating.
You know, maybe then if we somehow baited that Hydra to a large building, that might make the Void Rider show up.
I'm okay with this.
I mean, that would complete a part of the story, wouldn't it? A large monster in a big tower.
I suppose so. I mean,
Even if the monster
I'm a
is,
little worried
you know,
about having to deal with both
man-made.
him and the Hydra at the same time.
I somehow don't think that I don't think the Hydra would team up with the Void Rider, especially if the Void Rider in the story is alluded to destroying the monster. The real hard part would be getting it there in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, we can try to figure out how to get it there in the first place.
Neat.
Caiaphas, if you want, you can have Caiaphas attempt to do one more research roll to see if you can bring up any other context.
Why not?
If he would be so kind.
Yeah. And Mortar is just glad that nobody had mentioned anything about him and Lamine at all in front of Caiaphas.
Not really a neat reason to at the moment. If you give him a reason to, he will, but...
Yeah, Mortar just like, thank.
I mean, what is there to mention even?
Casually drops. They might be fucking.
Yasha, and then Yasha
No
pops up.
context.
Yasha be like, yo, they're definitely doing that.
Primal instinct.
No. No.
Both
like what-
Mortar and
like what,
Lamine confused as hell what you're talking about.
It's what Uncle Kyron said. Primal instinct.
I'm only.
God.
All right. Say goodbye to your ears.
So, I mean, you can't get rid of yours.
So, in the
Holes
skill
on ear.
check,
You want you want to bet? Goes full mom mode. Like, all right, you're in timeout.
God. So, in the
Get that.
in the reading, there is a small excerpt, and this is kind of going out on a limb, but there is a creature that is described in the story. It might not necessarily be alluding to the monster in the tower, but there is something in the story that is a creature that slithers and coils upon the tower.
Slithers and coils upon the tower.
Fucking snack.
Looks
is
at
there
the spires.
Any sort of, is there any sort of spire that would have some sort of snake motif on it? I'm just wondering. I'm
Or even
curious.
just, or even like, or even plants or something that quote unquote coils around the tower.
More than trying to think, like, is there any sort of like that sort of thing?
You could make a wisdom check.
Okay.
I would like to roll deception.
Yeah, make a wisdom check. And
Excuse me?
So if y'all want, you can make a wisdom check, and then you can make an intelligence check.
Wisdom, a fucking 5. Okay, Mordrin, you're starting off strong. And a 15 for the intelligence. What does that say? He lacks common sense? Smart? That sounds about right. That sounds like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing that comes to mind that could be
Not
slithering and coil upon the tower.
I'd like to make an athletics check right now.
Is there anyone else that wants to attempt a wisdom check?
I have
suppose I'll
never.
go for it.
Yasha has never been to that district in his life, so
Sure.
no, it's impossible.
Why not?
Yeah,
I can do it all if I can make an attempt.
Fuck yeah.
Oh boy.
It's more than a 5 at least.
It does sound like a nice district you guys are talking about, though.
Yeah, we have to go there one day. Mordrin still has to do the. Oh Jesus! Thank God! Thank
There
God
it is.
somebody here is good.
Lamine
So,
remembers.
in great fashion for you two to come together with a great idea, it comes to mind that when you think of things that are sort of slithering and coiling, it's a bit of a stretch, but you kind of think of the overpasses and and more specifically the train rails that kind of intersect all over the city. And to Mordoran's successful recollection, you do know that one of the spires does so happen to have a connecting railway that connects directly to the midpoint of the spire itself. Like most of the spires are kind of standing on their own. One of them actually has a train rail that goes right into it, and there's a station that connects to the thing itself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Well,
That
we have a destination, but we still need to.
will probably be worth keeping in mind.
Yeah.
Is it?
I hope so.
Good location.
Okay.
Yep. Well, thank you,
Train stop
scientist,
at
for all the
Spire.
help. Thank you for
As
the help.
always.
Yep. And with that, he gives a weak smile and he nods and he says, "I'm always happy to help, guys. I know I'm still not quite at the top shape, but you know, I'm counting on you guys to get everything done. It seems like you're doing well so far." Kind of gives like a thumbs up, like we can do this, guys.
Yeah, we're doing our best. We're doing our best, I swear.
He's like,
I'll make sure to send you some stuff later to help you out.
"Oh, speaking of stuff, I've sent in a little bit of extra for you guys as well to help out a bit." He kind of leans over and he says, "Wondering, there's also a parcel waiting for you at one of the bookstores. A little something for me. Hope you guys enjoy."
Murderer just like squints at him,
Ooh.
just like, oh, are you gonna at least tell me the title this time?
That'll be a surprise for you.
In response, Yasha Pogs.
Just like,
Okay, well, I
Really?
guess I know what my second emote's gonna be.
oh god, oh god, yeah. We're just like, I'll just give it to Lamine. Just gonna give the book to Lamine.
It's your book. Why? You read the book first.
What's wrong?
I'll take one look at the cover and give it to you.
What's wrong, Mordred? I thought
let's
you
go
liked
get the
books.
book. We'll go get the book first. God damn it, Frickin' baby. Why you being a baby about this?
Cause he knows what's in that book. Or I don't even think he knows.
Does he? Does he though?
He thinks he knows what's in that book. It's another fucking
Oh, God.
romance novel.
Isn't that all Cyphus has?
Exactly. So Murder just like, I'm gonna give it to you.
Come on, man.
The echo.
Look, we'll find out.
Oh,
What about what was with the other stuff though? Not the book, but is that the
Oh, so that's something Tessa can kind of cover. Ooh, we do have an echo. What the heck?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, Tessa mentions like, yeah, we've been kind of struggling a bit here, but we've got a bit more funding to kind of expand the home a bit. Which is to say, some of the folks down below have been, well, they're empty houses, they're empty rooms. So I'll be looking into trying to get someone.
You're gonna say they're empty-headed. I'm like,
They're empty-headed. No, they don't have any tenants anymore. This is we're actually the only people that live in this building.
Oh.
Which
strange.
makes it very easy for me, but I just have to file out the paperwork and yeah, we can have this whole building to ourselves.
wow.
oh
So give it a day or so and yeah, we'll you guys might be having bigger rooms than the ones cramped up here, which is kind of nice. So you'll have your own places to yourselves.
I think we'll only probably need 3 rooms.
Murder just confused, like
that
no 5.
Kyron nods. 3 is optimal.
Wait, no, 5.
No,
Why
3 is
3?
optimal.
So, haven't you forgot about poverty?
Nope. I can sleep on the floor.
Well,
I was thinking.
in any case, you guys can sort out your living arrangements once I get the paperwork done and I get the keys to the lower rooms.
3 is acceptable.
Refer back to that GIF.
It'll also make keeping some of our stuff more secure since, well, I mean, Vaiko comes
Can
in
you
and
get-
out of here pretty easily, but it might be a little bit harder in case someone might consider coming after us and comes after that sword we have. Or the wristband, or not the wristband, but the bracer.
Yeah.
Wristband, like it's a.
Wristband.
It's like those wristbands you get at concerts.
Yep. That's what Fuyuto had on himself. Not a bracer, like a whole fucking thing wrapped
No,
around his
you
fucking
get a
arm and
Concert
hands.
wristband.
Homeboy had a fucking, like, Homeboy went to Coldplay and suddenly he could feel
He's just like,
invincible
"Yo."
and start blowing up blocks by block.
Lol.
Atypical of Coldplay enjoyers. They listen to a couple concerts and they go crazy.
In any case,
Doors will play.
oh, fucking Coldplay. In any case, yeah. So y'all will have some more space to
I'm not okay
operate.
with this.
Oh, neat.
Oh, that's good.
Gets more plants.
I mean, yeah, you basically have triple the space now, because you got Tessa's building, and then you've got the building, but directly the second floor, and then you got the first floor, the bottom floor. So, yeah.
Well, I know what I'm gonna buy with my money. A bunch of mannequins that look like us.
That's.
But why though?
Weird.
Why?
Not even gonna question it. Just
I see,
sure.
Kyron. You have made the design decision to put all the Lamine dummies with the Mortarin dummies.
Oh my
Hmm.
god.
Curious.
What?
6 amines to 1 mortar and dummy.
I mean, has no idea where this is going anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Warden had just accepted that this is happening and just lets it go.
Pointing at one Mortarin dummy by itself. Just what did he do?
It's a baby.
that one's being a baby, so he's by himself at the moment.
He's in timeout.
Sounds about right.
In any
Oh,
case,
man.
yeah, so that's pretty much the news with Valvadiri. You know that Void Rider doesn't like big old towers with big old monsters. And he's gonna wreck shit up.
He's a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, he was somebody once. Then he became nothing.
You
Just
were great.
somebody that I used to
Now,
Now he's an empty bitch.
now he's just Void.
Well, fuck him. He sucks.
Yeah, he kind of does. But that's gonna be your guys' problem.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bitch.
In any case, you you now have a better idea of what to anticipate from the Void Rider. The Hanging Gardens A district sounds like a nice place for him to hit if he's gonna be targeting anything.
Well, now oh god.
He decides to be a motherfucker.
Yeah,
He
but
decides to
first
be a
you guys
motherfucker.
gotta get your weapons in order.
Shopping time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Hmm.
Alright.
Will
Well,
Mortarin go, or will you just drop him off at the nearest bookstore to see if he can get anything else?
Yep. Have fun, kid.
I mean, I want to see what that book is.
you do have a book to pick up.
Oh shit.
We could probably just
Yes,
pick
you
them
know
up on
what?
the way. That's probably not too hard.
Yeah,
hope.
I'm gonna pick up that book along the way.
Yeah, we
So,
do that.
Quick stop to the library.
Yep.
Quick stop.
Or wherever the hell we go to
Or-
pick up that book.
A stop. Well, stop to the bookstore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop by the local UPS or whatever to pick it up.
Yep. You guys experience a relatively normal Brosnov walk to this parcel place, and lo and behold, the guy's just like, package for you.
Murder just kind of sighs, just opens up the package, sees what the book
That
is.
just-
All right, and the book of choice is. Oh boy. The Gnome and the Goblin.
Big reveal.
Big reveal? Ooh, okay. So it is actually. So this package is actually a fairly big book. It's thick on
Meaty book.
pages.
Murder's just hoping to God it's an actual academic book now.
You unwrap it, and much to your dismay, it is not an academics book. It is not only a romance novel, it is an omnibus. It is a series.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that sounds like an omnibus. Like, that's a big.
It is called A Lover's Day in Brosnov, and other stories of romance in the City of Wonders.
Immediately gives it over to Lamine.
Enjoy the smut.
Over
my
30
God.
It's over 30 different stories of various tales.
That's a lot of stories.
Yep. Each detailing
you go,
something
Lamine.
in Yep.
Have a gift. On me.
You don't want to read this?
Why would I need to read this?
Why would
Yeah,
you
he
not
has
want-
you, Lamine.
Asha?
Yeah,
Shut up.
Keck.
You know, it's pretty obvious what's going on at this point.
You're like, I don't need to read this. Like, it does
Fucking
nothing.
peanut gallery Yasha in the back piping up.
Love it.
It's a gift.
For you.
Hmm.
15% off.
I think you would find more value in it than I would.
If you say so.
I know.
I learned something from it.
Why would I ever need any sort of knowledge like this?
Walks away.
Way to
Mortar
judge a
just
book by its
confused.
cover.
He did. The border definitely did. He did definitely judge the book by its cover.
Harsh.
Yep.
What a what a baby.
He's a baby.
Okay, I'll just add this in my inventory.
Plus one smut book.
What's it actually called again?
A Lover's Day in Brosnov and other and other stories
And other tales.
and other tales. And other romance tales, I should say, specifically. Oh yeah, I don't know
Of
Tessa
the
here.
romance tales. Now I'm suspicious.
Get out.
Sorry,
Out.
Tessa. You must go. Where is my Brosnov
Go and stay
NPCs?
go.
Go away.
There we go. Thank you, Tessa.
Go away.
Away with
Away.
you, vile beggar.
Alrighty.
Fare thee
Now I have
well,
my
ogre.
inventory for better or worse.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Now let's go buy some fucking guns.
Yeah. So next stop is the Armory.
Yes.
a look.
Does Warner want to continue to tag along to this? Or
I
does he
mean,
want to?
he has
What-
no reason to, but also, he's pretty safe in the library, all things considered. He's not
He
gonna
has-
leave the library.
Lord
so-
Rider
He has
shows
the
up.
lucky-
A roving
I'll just
gang,
shoot
a roving gang of librarians attack Mordrin.
More likely than you think.
Wow.
The Void Rider's just
Yeah,
there
I
like,
think-
here,
I
I'm
think-
here to pick up a book.
Yeah, he has no reason to go, and you guys are safe
Eh.
enough.
Let the nerd be a nerd.
Yeah.
Go
Let's
be
see what
a
he can pick
fucking
up.
nerd.
Very
what
well.
kind of information he can gather while you guys are shopping.
Alright.
Pork chop sandwiches. Get the fuck out.
That
Well-
smell good.
The party drops baby off at the library and then make their way to the Armory. So I'm gonna do the Armory first, and then I'll have you guys kind of loop back around to go get Mordorin, and we'll do
Yeah.
your stuff,
Yeah.
Mordorin.
Yep.
So party,
Yep.
you are at the Armory. That's pretty much what it's called.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
yep.
This is
I
just
did
like
want
the
to-
basic infirmary, right?
Yeah, it's your run-of-the-mill weapons shop. So you've got your standard axes, swords, all that stuff that you'll find. But also behind some nice caged parts of the store are some firearms, of course.
Oh.
And as Vico mentioned, they're certainly none too impressive. A lot of pistols, some rifles, and let's see. Maybe we
I mean,
can
all
get
I
a
got
nice
to my name
little
right now is a needle pistol, so, you know.
needle pistol.
Anything would be an upgrade.
Let's see what we can get here. Well,
Boy.
okay, so he has a couple of goodies also hanging. So he's got a really nice looking. He's got a wheel lock pistol, which is a nice little step up from your standard flintlock. And
I've
then
always
he
liked wheel
has
locks.
another weapon, another gun that you can't quite identify. It's really interesting and really strange. Almost looks a bit, how would we say? Well, this looks like someone made it in their backyard, kind of.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is it the 22 power drill LMG?
Please.
It-
I
no,
do not
it's-
need to be reminded that that thing exists.
It's the 12 gauge Mac 10. No, I'm kidding.
So you buy it to your wrist, motherfucker.
Or as I like to call it, the wrist banger.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about like, you know, it came from a drug bust in the favela. This thing looks bizarre, but it looks,
It's not a Kyber Pass weapon.
yeah, it's not one of those. And it is definitely sitting on a nice little display. And as ammunition, instead of your standard old you know, rounds, it's firing what looks to be rivets. It's a rivet gun.
Metal.
shit.
Fucking metal, dude. Alright.
Fucking super powered goddamn staple gun.
Pretty much.
A strange weapon.
I look for the shopkeep.
Shop keeps with you guys.
I
It's
need
a-
explosives.
Explosives.
I need explosives.
He says, "Don't we all?" I can't. I don't have them.
Fuck.
But I might know somebody. I'm gonna need a charisma check on that though to convince him.
Fuck.
Whoa.
What the fuck? What do you mean
I
you
mean,
need a
that's-
fucking charisma check? What the
Can
fuck?
Lamine bat her eyelashes to give advantage?
Hell yeah.
I'll allow it.
Fuck yeah, I need it.
Make that advantage roll.
Please.
16 it is.
16. Let's see here. He does say that he knows a guy he knows that there is a guy in one of the armory shops. Not in this district, but in another district. He doesn't know the district, but he knows that if you give him a passphrase, he'll give you the good stuff. Which is to say, he'll sell you some explosives if you know his passphrase.
That's the fucking passphrase.
The passphrase, well, it's a 3-part phrase, but I know
Real
one
good
of them.
lesson in mode that he's saying passphrase and not fucking password.
Goddamn puzzle.
Yeah, it's
I
a
need to write
puzzle.
this shit down. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow. That'll be the first. The other two come right after, so it's tomorrow something something.
Tomorrow never comes.
Okay, tomorrow.
It must be a James Bond fan.
How's the James Bond?
He's a war hero.
That's one way to put that.
What it?
Yeah. Do you have any
Work
more
my-
mechanical weaponry?
Mechanical weaponry. What do you mean?
Like a large rifle that can fold out or something.
Folding out. Well, we don't really have too many modifications, but we could probably do something about that. Of course, that'll cost extra with the gun.
You fucking dick.
Of course.
It's look, man. I don't. This is a tailor make. We sell stock standard guns here. We don't
Or
sell them with Picatinny rails or tactical flashlights in on that.
Or I guess specifically, Yasha might more ask, is there a place for artisan customs or something like that?
Artisan customs? Well, the toolbox is definitely a home for a lot of tinkerers. I can recommend you to a smith that can get you a nice custom make, but it will fetch you a pretty penny.
That's quite alright.
Alright, well, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you the recommendation. Try looking for...
Actually, this would unironically would be the best time to go find a Gilbud and ask him stuff.
Finding a
Yeah.
Gilbud. I recommend finding Weston.
Weston.
He's one of the artisans around here. Not far from here. You can commission him for a fine artesian rifle or pistol. Though outside of that, he might have a bit of a struggle.
I see. Alright, well, thank you.
Of course. Now then, is there anything else you guys need?
Does he
Buying
only
any
have
guns
weapons
today?
here?
Huh?
Does he only have weapons here? He doesn't have like any like general shit.
General shit. Oh, you mean like armor?
I mean like just basic adventuring gear. Like this is exclusively a weapons place.
This is more or less just a weapons place, but there are a few odds and ends that he could probably sell. What are you looking for?
I mean, I guess we could just go to a general store to get some of this stuff, but I don't really want to get a gun. Kyron doesn't really care for guns.
No guns?
No.
I think out of somewhat politeness and the fact that I'll probably eventually need it, I'd like to buy a few rifle rounds.
A few rifle rounds.
However the hell rifle ammunition purchasing works out.
It'll probably be like more expensive than just like more expensive than bolts or arrows. So I'd just say like it's just double the cost of arrows.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, same quantity, double the cost.
Gotcha. Got any special rounds?
Special rounds. Wow. I'm not allowed to sell special rounds, you know. We don't want you doing something funny with them, after all. And the last thing I want is to have the Tetsu guard asking questions why my customers are going around robbing people with them. Or killing them.
Well, we're
fair.
no comedians, so you don't have to worry about us doing nothing funny.
That's good. I don't want you doing anything deadly with them either. Not at least the people who don't deserve it.
Only people who deserve it. Nods.
Winks.
Well, I mean, fair's fair for carrying a firearm in these trying times. Gangs are on the rise with all the craziness that's going on. You hear what happened about that overpass the other night?
Nope. What happened?
Actually, if you don't stop him, Yasha, like, oh, I did that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna push Yasha a little bit and say, nope. Don't know what happened.
What do you mean?
I heard there was a big old bust on the on the overpass. Tetsu riders caught 3 guild trucks. That's gonna
we
set
help
them
with that.
back.
What? What?
Hush.
What?
Books are really good, guys.
Man, that's crazy. What's up with the guild? I ain't heard
More
nothing
discreet
about
there,
them.
child.
The guild.
What? Why?
The guild are a bunch of greasy thugs that stick their hands in all sorts of businesses, just like most gangs. But
But it's true.
they're how you say it? They're they like to call themselves a protection group. You see, they come on by and say that they're protecting a particular block, and of course they've got their own businesses, but what they really make their money is from shaking down businesses like mine. You know, small folks like us can't really do much when a gang of armed mercenaries come and attack you. So, of course, nothing like a couple of 100 gold for the week to keep their hounds at bay.
Oh, so you say they come in here and harass you pretty regularly?
Well, maybe not me, but good folks like me, yes. I've been kind of thankful they haven't come my way yet, and they probably won't, given the whole truck fiasco. I'm sure they went running back to their hidey hole.
Probably got their just desserts.
Well, it'll set them back all right, but something like that won't knock them out for good. Even
I'm sure it won't.
even the other gangs won't be capitalizing too much on this.
What other gangs are there to be afraid of?
Well, I don't worry too much about them, but given the kind of business I do, I definitely have to watch out for the kings.
What's their deal?
They're a bunch of old dwarf workers. You know, folks that want the old ways, back before Brosnov was a big old city full of elves and humans. Several centuries ago, before this place was a wreck, it was a big old dwarf kingdom in the mountains. You know? But, unfortunately, it was on its last legs. Their last king died, and with it was about to go the dwarven kingdoms themselves. But, then Brosnov happened, and the kingdom was gone, but from it, we now have this glorious city. But the kings aren't too happy, even with their prevailing successes and massive expansion since then. It's practically triple the size of the old place, from what I've understood. But they don't like having to share this place with humans and elves, and especially not with Vinton, given their contentious nature.
So really, they're just a bunch of racists. Okay.
We should beat them up.
That goes for all the gangs, to be honest.
That's true. They all deserve a good hit over the head.
That being said, they tend to play the most nicest with old folks like me. But that doesn't mean that when they want something, they're gonna muscle their way in to get it. And well, let's just say if the kings want something, they'll either make it, break it, and take it.
How often do they come rearing their head?
What's up?
How often do they come rearing their head?
Oh, they rarely come out this way, this part of Brosnov. These districts are don't often have too many folks from the kings come on by. They mostly keep to themselves in the old kingdom, you know, given that's kind of their homeland. But you know, every now and again you'll get a nice little group of angry dwarves coming in and telling about how things were better back in the day and we didn't need such a big dumb city.
Hard to move on.
Yeah,
Dwarfs in a nutshell.
they're a stubborn lot, but you gotta appreciate their work's been put to good use. And just some folks are just still disillusioned by that old past.
Mm-hmm. True dat. Question for you.
What's up?
What's the biggest gun you have here?
The biggest gun? Well, I do keep a little something in the back, but it's not really for sale.
Why not?
It's kind of a special gun. Real nice one though.
Oh, suppose I could take a look at it? I don't fancy myself much of a user of guns, but I can certainly appreciate the craft.
Charisma check.
Nah, you fuck.
It's gonna be a diplomacy. Or, diplomacy?
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Kyron says in his head, Lamine, flash them fucking titties.
Jesus.
God damn it.
That's something she could just do off the cuff like that, dude.
Oh, hold on. Give me a few minutes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, give me like 10 minutes to get my armor off.
Wait a minute. You should have already been doing this, damn it. Alright, so. Straight 6.
Yeah, he's not convinced.
Yeah.
So
Fair
he pretty much shakes his head and he says, "Sorry, I probably shouldn't be, talking about it too much. It'd be a nice piece to show off, but,
Shame it has to stay back there and collect dust then.
Yeah, well, at least I can appreciate it, and it doesn't collect dust. I keep care of it."
Well, I guess I'll just have to take your word for that, stranger who I met just now.
Indeed.
Let's see, what is my stealth?
Purchases the ammo.
You buy the ammo. How much bullets did you get?
100 bullet for 10 gold. 10? Yeah, 10 gold.
That's a lot of bullets. You're pretty much set.
I don't like to keep track of ammunition. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm really lazy.
That's fair. I do it that
So
way. Buy
I
enough
just
to make
buy,
it not matter.
And thanks for your generosity at the beginning. I have the bag of holding, so I also don't have to I can't carry anything because I have like 100 bullets.
Well, you just have a bag of holding full of fucking
It's-
ammunition.
It's bag of ammunition.
Mhm.
Why is it?
Yeah, it's mostly for laziness.
It's a bag of holding
honest.
ammunition.
Oh, this
Out of
person
this bandolier.
You'll be glad to know this. Beats the person next to me is Okita Soji.
What?
I'm making coffee biscuits.
Oh, there's an Okita.
There's
Do
an
they
Okita.
look like
Shit,
an
I need to
Okita?
turn in coffee biscuits.
They do.
Screen cap that shit.
Oh, if I catch up to them.
Alright. Well, in any case, so yeah, you buy your bullets and yep. Lamine, Kyron, was there anything else? I'm assuming Yasha, you're done.
For now, yeah, I'm gonna have to go look around for a shop to do what I want to do.
Okay.
Because I don't
Yeah,
think
let's
this
talk
guy,
about
I don't
that,
think this guy has any sniper rifles, for example. And it's even if he did, it's looking for a specific kind.
Well, there is the implication of the big gun that he has in the back. I will
But
allow
he's
one
a
more
fucking
attempt
coward.
to persuade him if you'd like.
Well, again, it's not the kind of gun I'd like, but no.
Mhm.
What does a big gun even look like?
We'll never
don't
know
know.
unless we get back there.
Unfortunately, we don't know what big gun is.
You
Yeah.
just know
What
that he
big
has
gun
he has a big gun, but he's not willing to share it yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a fucking coward and won't show it to us.
Oh, okay. Would Yashik even care enough, though? Probably not. The gun is probably going to be as big as he is. Do you have any, what's the most accurate rifle you have, anyway?
Accurate rifle? Well, he does have some rifles, and while there's not a lot of modifications, he can stick on an assist rail, or not a rail, but on a little assist aim thing. Yeah,
Oh.
I'll slap a Picatinny rail with a nice little red dot. No,
I don't need that.
He's got basically like a nice fancier iron sight essentially.
No, Yasha's scope is built into his eyes, so.
Yeah. So there's not really too much in terms of sniper rifle, but there's there's rifles.
Oh, I guess at this point he's just like, what's the furthest shooting rifle you have? I don't need
That's
need a scope.
Probably honestly, it's kind of sounded like you do better to go to that guy he mentioned that does custom stuff.
Of course, yeah, but he's just asking around to, in case that doesn't pan out, a fallback of sorts. It's like, what's the furthest shooting rifle? I don't need a scope or rail or anything like that.
Well, he's only really got just like rifles for that, and the rifles. I mean, there's variety of rifles, but for the most part, they all kind of have similar stat blocks. Like there's not too much variation between them, and the customization is very limited. You know, he can give you some nicer sights, but they're still iron sights. He can give you maybe like, I don't know,
A range.
a range.
A range. It's just the longest range. No sights needed. I don't need sights.
Give me
don't
the thing
remember
that
the
fires
stats.
400 fucking feet.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to get a freaking
Actually-
cannon for that.
Well, a longbow shoots at 600 feet, so
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the rifles are just equates to the longbow in terms of performance.
Yasha asking questions like, "You got anything that can shoot up to 1,200 feet?"
1,200 feet. Actually, let me just take a quick gander at the firearm range here.
Pretty specific range.
Well, it's just
Nah.
something ludicrously long.
Yeah, so it looks like 600 feet is gonna be your best bet for most of these guns.
That's a shame. Thanks though.
Yeah. The only exception, of course, is the one big rifle. But of course, he once again says he's not really like too crazy on showing it.
Looks like there's nothing worth having here. I walk out.
Dang.
Thanks for the
Again.
bullets, at least.
You can attempt to convince him one more time to see if
I
you
will
can.
not do this. He's not worth my time.
All right, fair.
I can do it. I could at least try, I suppose. I don't think it's something that I would want, but it might help Yasha. Might be of interest to Yasha.
Absolutely.
Also kind of curious because big gun, but
My charisma is 11. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to nail that unless I get really lucky.
Mm.
Can I just
Me-
say that Mortarin's strength is higher than Kyron's charisma? I just wanted people to know. I'm gonna go back eating these raspberries now.
Okay.
thank you for that information.
If only his muscles were as big as his, emotional ones.
I mean,
I mean, charisma's doing me a whole hell of a lot right now.
that is not your strength.
It is not my strength.
It is ostensibly one of my strengths, though.
Get it,
And-
get it, girl.
And yet somehow Kyron seems to always end up in these situations where he has to convince people.
Holy shit!
Oh.
Okay, so what's the big gun, boss?
All right.
How
Well,
I
much
guess
did
he
you give
he
it to
finds
her for?
Lamina very pretty and looking good with the big gun in her arms.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I already got big guns, but
The more mechanical variety.
I mean, how do you attempt this persuasion? You put in some pretty good word in it for it. Maybe put in some passion for guns, or perhaps you kind of speak in such a way that just kind of really gets them like wanting to share this gun.
more or less, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, with that, he's definitely convinced, and he says, "Alright, I'll bring it out, and you guys can have a look." And so he steps out, or he steps to the back, and you hear him opening up a locked casing, and out he comes with this behemoth of a rifle. Not quite as massive as the one that one guy was shooting at you with, but it's the barrel is significantly longer on this one than the standard rifles by at least another 8 inches.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
30-inch
much-
barrel.
Yeah, it's got a long barrel, and it actually has a little. It's got like the musket's like ground assist thing. It's not a bipod, but more like you just
Stick
kind of.
that goes in the
yeah.
ground.
It's like it's like a stem or a standing.
The fork rest.
Yeah, it's like a little fork rest, and he says it's like, "This is a prized possession I happen to have," And with that, he slips on like a little scope onto it, and he quickly screws it on. And it's a nice little decorated scope that has a bit of I would say it's not so much like a shiny silver, but like a very matted silver trimming around the scope. And then it's just got this nice little finish to it that has like little bits of filigree. Like there's definitely some like work that's been put into the wood of the rifle. And the very end of the rifle has like a little face on it. It looks like a little angry demon mouth, like it's like spewing out the fire.
We got some like old European hunting rifle engravings.
Pretty much, like think old German rifle, like from like the 1700s. Like this is some like you know, this is fucking before Germany was unified. They had like all these old dukes and nobles like owning hunting rifles and shit. This is the kind of stuff they had. And he says, "This is my prized possession. It's quite a beauty, honestly, but well, it's like your friend says, it's been more or less collecting dust these past few years, and I've been kind of been looking into some bigger and better things. But she's still a beaut and still packs a punch."
Thing is as big as I am.
It almost
Is
is.
more of what you're looking for, Yasha?
I don't know if I can actually wield this rifle. Like,
Oh, sure you
in
can.
regards to size. Yeah, he looks at it nervously, like I don't want to damage this thing if it turns out too heavy.
It's actually not that much heavier than the regular rifle. And part of it is of course just the designing. I mean, the thing looks kind of a little bit on the gaudy side, but there's definitely some consideration with the material. Stats-wise, what it is that it's a well, it's just like a regular old rifle in terms of stats. The big difference, however, is that you can increase its range basically from 600 to 800 standardly, just regularly. And if you take an aimed shot, you can go from 800 to 1,000 in terms of reach. So
I see.
you get a nice whopping 400 extra feet if you just spend your
Take a
free
moment.
action just, you know, aiming.
I see. Yash, it's in the vein of what Yasha's looking for, but he's also intimidated just because it's so large. He's just like, Jesus. I don't think I could be running around with this sort of thing.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a tall rifle. But yeah,
If the shop owner is okay with it, though, Yasha would like to make a print of it, which is to say he just takes a moment to, you know, for the artisans or whatever. It's just like, yeah, something like this kind of thing.
oh, you're just kind of drawing it out.
Tracing it, and then
Okay.
making a small trace of it. Like, this is a good idea.
He'll allow it. So you'll
Yeah, I
have
think so, too.
a blueprint, basically, more or less. Calling it a blueprint is kind of too.
Yeah.
I would say more like you have a silhouette, like a design idea. You have a
Yeah.
concept there.
And of course the parts with it. Yeah, Yasha's really skilled in calligraphy, actually.
This is true.
And thank him for the rifle.
Yep. With that, he nods and he says, "I'm glad you guys were able to appreciate a fine piece of antique work. And of course, this baby might be old, but let me tell you, I've had some thugs come in here and try and rob me, and nothing's more satisfying than watching one of those guys take one to the chest and see him fly back 10 feet."
Nothing is more satisfying than seeing someone die.
They deserved it.
But they deserved it. No shooting range here, huh?
Not particularly.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that's the one downside of this locale. There's not really a lot of places to test out your firearms.
That's okay.
Plenty of targets.
Yeah,
there are
legally.
there are if you're brave enough.
Or evil enough.
Or
Yeah.
evil. Which, yeah, not best
Because
I hope.
Yasha's like, wow, that thing I bet I could shoot things accurately from 1,000 feet with this. Which is a hell of a statement to make.
And in fact, you can. But yeah.
Yeah, keep it in mind. But yeah. To keep in mind.
Yep. And with that, he goes and sets it back in its case. And it's a nice little
Well, thank you
reinforced
for
casing.
bringing it out.
My pleasure. Well, is there anything else you guys need?
I am good.
Very well then.
Is that pointing at body armor? That's some strange armor.
Ah yes, Kevlar.
Kevlar.
I'm kidding.
What is Kevlar? Probably be some dwarven equivalent.
Man,
Well,
no. There's not really much in terms of like iron suits. There might be like something akin to Kevlar, but it's more like it kind of goes more with Tetsuguard's sort of like equipment where it kind of wraps around the body and it's just like kind of goes underneath underneath your Haori.
Right. Oh, we best go check out those other locations then.
Yep. Are you gonna go and check out Weston?
Whatever's closest.
Weston would be closest, yeah, because that's toolbox.
Yeah. He says Weston's like in the area. It's like a couple minute walk.
I forget which one was Weston.
That's the gunsmith.
Custom.
Custom smithing.
Yeah.
You know what?
Ask him for a rocket launcher.
Yeah, get right on that. Weston specializes in pistols and rifles.
Oh, give me that diamond RPG.
You're gonna have to talk to someone else for a diamond RPG.
A bedazzled rocket launcher? Well, I guess not a
Lord.
rocket. Technically not a rocket launcher, but
You got that?
You know.
You got any of those custode-looking weaponry? I need it gold, shiny.
Jesus. Yeah, he'll get right on having a sword with a fucking bolter strapped to it. Actually, this
emoji.
guy does specialize in pistols and rifles, so he could probably fix something up.
Where's my fucking gun blade?
It's around here somewhere.
Maybe Weston can provide.
You know, gunblades often use pistols as like
Oh,
the
you
base
want a
part of the gun.
gunblade, huh? I can fix you up with that.
Please,
special
no,
part of
not
it.
those. Those are terrible.
Those are bad
Like-
blades.
No, they don't all shoot.
You know, if you want to get specific, gunblades don't shoot, but you know.
That is my part of my problem with those gun blades. I'm not getting into that. There's a lot that I hate about some of those designs. Just boggling my mind.
Anyways,
Alright, time
You,
to upset Shen without even talking.
you
At least
visit
thanks.
the abode of Weston. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, you go and you find Weston's house. He's got kind of a nicer looking house. You could see there's just guns everywhere. It's the place is kind of like littered with weapons hanging all over the place and all sorts of other interesting things. It's almost reminiscent to your old friend, you know, certain lady which you robbed the sword from.
Robbed. It was robbed.
But if you're recalling, I believe it was Lady Yvonne and her basically
do.
house of weapons and armor. It's
The
not
House of
much,
Blades.
yeah, not much different from this, except it's less, you know, swords and suits of armor, and more rifles and pistols, and destroyed targets with some pretty good accuracy. Just kind of hung up on the wall. So yeah, and you meet with this man at his house, Weston. He is an old human, really old-looking dude, and yeah, he greets you and he says, I'm guessing the old armory shop guys sent you my way.
That he
did
did.
not.
Well, what can this old man do for you?
No, let me do her thing first.
Oh, I don't have anything to do here.
No? Oh, that's right. You're looking. Well, there's Weston. Right. And then there's the password place
Yeah.
that we need to find out with the
Shopkeep.
passwords.
Jockey. I'm looking for explosives.
Well, I'm no shopkeep, and I don't deal in explosives. But I'm sure
Where
the
can you
Armory
get them?
guys can help you. Well,
I was looking for a very good rifle.
a good rifle, you say? Well, you've come to the right man. What can I do for
Particularly
you
the-
and your rifle?
I am looking for a rifle that can shoot a very large distance.
Ah, I see. So you're looking for
And
something
a scope
like
is not a
long rifle.
necessity.
Not a necessity, you say? Well, that'll make it easier for the design. All right, well. Is there anything else you need specifics?
I guess now would be the time that Yasha would give out his, he would, take out the blueprint, because he likes the design of that big one, obviously. It's, anyone could look at those two rifle and Yasha and go, man, that's too big for him. So, something in the same vein, preferably without sights, and, maybe possibly a bayonet at the end.
And a bayonet. Ooh, interesting.
Mostly
I see.
to mimic his, spear wielding. And
Well-
in terms of wood, if you remember from like session fucking 2, he does have a few. He still has that magic wood.
Oh, you've got some of the material, eh?
Yeah, I was wondering if this was all right.
Interesting. Oh, the wood seems like fine material. Maybe I could work with something with this. The design, however, is quite big, even for you.
Well, for that case, I was, hoping something to, scale.
Very well. I could see what I can do with this. I do have some other pattern designs I could also consider for travel. And you see him kind of like pull out his own little sketch pad, and he starts working on a concept, like as you're describing,
Yeah.
like what you're
Right,
looking
right.
for. And he comes up with a few, and the one in particular that he has, and he says, "This one's an old special of mine," is a very interesting take, and it's basically like an old it's like an old Giselle in terms of like the way its stock is like sort of curves in and out. So I'll actually give me 2 seconds here.
Warplock Giselle.
Not a Warplock Giselle, an old Giselle. So something
It's just
like
straight-
this.
It's just straight up a Warplock Giselle.
It is completely just a Warplock. No, it's
That would be horrifying.
so basically he has the idea of this being the base, but going from there, he says that he could probably make the he could probably cut away more of the stock and give it a hinge, a locked hinge to have it swing in and out. It will block the trigger, but what you can do instead is that you can turn it into a club, or you can have a nice counterbalance for your bayonet at the end.
I think that works out.
Very well. And I'll see if I can do something about that sizing. We can still get the range, but it might be a little bit tricky with trying to reduce the barrel length. But I think by reducing the stock, that might help you, at least for, well, your size.
Well,
It is
it's
much
more
like
like to scale for poor Yasha, because as big as that other rifle is, even if he could easily wield it, firing it, something that large would probably cause him to fall over.
I mean, only if he's unbraced.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that would be another huge thing is, hopefully don't need bracing. Not the end of the world if it needs it, but, ideally a rifle that doesn't need to, put down some forks. Although I don't know. That could also just be a part of being a monk, and, they can fucking walk on water, so I can't imagine it would be too much of a stretch to root themselves in the ground.
Well, we can definitely make it a bit lighter while still retaining the long length, but that'll reduce the hitting power.
That's okay. I'm not looking too much into hitting power. I just require distance.
Very
And
well.
I've heard that some people use special ammunition for hitting power anyway, so maybe I could just borrow off that.
Less big bullet, more high velocity.
Alrighty. We'll go with something like that. Okay. In terms of ammunition and firing, did you want this thing just a standard flintlock, or were you considering something a little more modernized?
Modernized.
Well, I'm not a complete expert on making them fully automatic, nor do I have full permissions to do so, but I can at least make it a step up from your standard flintlock and possibly upgrade it to into perhaps a more modern style with either a needling firing system or the semi-automatic firing system.
I think needling's fine. I don't need to semi-automatic.
Very well. Alright. Was there any other specifics that you were looking for?
I don't think so. It's just, in terms of players, it's going to be used as a, player speak. It's going to be used as a melee weapon. And priority is ranged.
Alright. Well,
Although I guess for safe, maybe to make it less appealing for people to try and take it, it cannot use a scope. Which would not be hard to, reflect in the design.
well, that won't be too difficult for the design. But
Yeah.
we still want to have something a little practical for carrying. I have something in mind then. So, is this so this is the finalization for this rifle, yes?
I think so.
Okay. So, here's going to be the stats for this rifle. So, unlike the old rifle stats where it's the standard firing of a rifle, I believe is well, it says for D12, but that's a musket. But oh, here we go for 3d6. This thing is going to be only 2d6. However, in
Okay.
exchange, it's going to be at 750 feet for range.
All right.
And let's see, and with the needling, you'll be able to fire 3 rounds before you have to reload.
All right. I was totally okay with something like bolt action style, but all right.
Yeah, well, yeah, bolt action / needling. It's kind of in the same vein. It's
All right.
yeah.
That's more shots than I'll probably need. So, yeah.
But yeah, that'll be the full make of it. And the final pricing for this will come down to, let's see, how much gold for this normally? No, those are explosives.
Yeah, and I'll hand him over the wood.
Got the prices here? Okay, so for this will cost 900 gold.
Whew. All right.
That's his asking price.
Oh,
Although, with the provided
cleared-
wood, he can knock it down to 875.
all right. In terms of player speak, the bayonet, can it be replaced? Like I don't know, like if there's a if there's like a +1 spear, can I just
Yes.
with obviously taking to a blacksmith first, but just replaces it.
Yes, it can be modified. It can be modifiable, but you will need to have someone like remove the blade and then
Okay.
attach a new one. And a blacksmith may not be able to necessarily work with this. You
Oh,
will
no,
definitely
it's,
need a gunsmith for this.
It was just an example. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, you'll have a specialist that can come in and, take the blade off and then stick the new one on.
all right. Yeah, that's totally fine then. 875?
875 will be your total.
Oh, all right.
So, if you want, you can go ahead and I can give you those stats. Your gun won't be in for a few days. Since
Yeah,
he has to,
that's fine.
No.
No,
He's
craft
already got it he's already got the idea of how to put it together. Now he's got to go and do it. So it's gonna be, it'll be a while.
Okay, no, that's totally understandable. Fine. And I pay him.
Yep.
And, time to not make any more big purchases for a while.
Yep. That's
That's it.
I was looking at the prices of the guns, and I'm not stretching it too much further from a regular fucking handgun.
No, I know that. These shits are expensive.
Yeah, this shit's fucking pricey. Pistols are $250.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially in Fantasyland, buying a nice gun is like tantamount to buying a
Yeah.
house.
I mean, you're pretty much buying
Property.
not just like a gun. You're buying a really really nice
Yeah.
gun.
It's true. Other than that, maybe just in character, maybe Yasha might have motif ideas, but that wouldn't affect the gun in any real capacity.
Yeah. Any ideas such as design and motif that you kind of have in mind, he will try to work into the design.
Yeah,
And of course,
it's
you know.
nothing too crazy. It's more like well, he likes nature a lot, so maybe as strange as it is, nature motifs on the gun.
Yep. You'll keep that in mind, and yeah, he'll definitely try and work that into his design for you. But yeah, that's pretty much what he has set.
All right.
So you
Also,
will have one very nice gun
In the future.
in the
In the meantime, though, he'll also ask, like regarding Lumine, is there a place that sells really large guns? Is that the best way to put it?
really large
looking at-
guns. Well, I'm not an expert on bigger guns outside of rifles, but if you're thinking of something like a cannon, I'd suggest Portside. I'm sure there's an old captain or a blacksmith there that can
Well,
outfit you
Captain,
with
I'm
something.
selling me salt barrel.
Yeah.
Just fucking gives you an actual cannon.
Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty much what he's kind of joking and kind of suggesting is like you can ask an old captain to see if he was willing to part with one of his ship cannons for you. But there might be some old sailors that know a thing or two about gun working. Being out on the sea kind of teaches you that.
Man,
Granted-
you need that 12-pounder? You need that 12-pounder over there? Can I borrow it?
Mm,
Can I have it?
Say, straight up giving Lamine a deck gun would be a hell of a scary thing to begin with, though. To be fair,
Actual hand cannon. Actual
Yeah.
hand cannon.
you've seen what they do in fucking Total Warhammer. Deck guns are scary.
Yep. You go and you find somebody fucking selling custom-made fucking shotguns.
Oh god. Why does this look like a Spaz 12?
Yeah. It's a Spaz 12 with like 6 barrels.
Oh god.
It's the Russian Doom wad where it's like all the fucking
oh god.
goofy ass shotguns.
Quad barrel shotgun.
My favorite still is the grip that's just holding a bullet and then just like the tiny hammer.
You can smack it.
You smack the back of the shotgun
Decimates
shell.
everything in front of you.
Yep.
It's
Or,
like a fucking 100 gauge shotgun shell too. You tap it with the hammer and the whole screen is covered in bullet holes.
Or my favorite one is the Gatling shotgun.
Sends you packing.
Yep.
Sends you packing.
Because you rev that up and fire it, and your character you just fly across the screen.
The quad
You're
shotgun.
not even shooting. You're not even shooting at the enemy anymore. You're holding on for dear life.
Okay. Was there anything else that you guys wanted, or do you plan to head back to collect Mordarin?
I did want to check out Portside.
Ooh.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Portside, I
So-
had already figured that Portside is where I would be wanting to go.
So
That might have to think about.
Portside's gonna be a bit of a trek, because Portside is another district. So
Go check up on Mordarin and be like,
yeah. You go fetch him before it's too late.
yeah.
Yeah, and the nearest part of Portside is gonna be Prime, and that's because that's like the one part of the Portside that isn't connected to a body of water. All the other sectors of Portside basically encompass the big chunks that are touching water. So the north part of Portside is one sector, or the north part of where the water's touching the city is one sector of Portside. The center part, pretty much the west part is another part, and then the small little lip that you guys actually came from is the last part of Portside. So.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much Portside kind of pertains to like the immediate areas around Brosnov that's touching water, except for Prime, and that one is a bit of a stretch from the toolbox.
Here, boss. This is the rifle I want. Just give me that.
Hell yeah. With
Beautiful.
the music too.
Oh,
Does
with
it
the
gotta
music.
go forward and back?
Well,
No,
no, that's
wrong boss.
that's Mustadio.
Yeah, that's Mustadio.
Oh shit, you're right.
It's Mustadio Bonanza, the sprout killer.
Oh my god, yes.
Because nobody knows which direction to face when he pulls out his rifle, so you just see like hundreds of people flop over.
It's great.
Those poor suckers.
Yeah, just just something like that. Because I do like the fact that that barrel, it retracts and untracks.
Ooh. Oh, that's right.
Because whenever he pulls it out, the barrel comes like shooting out.
Yeah.
Just design-wise, of course, not actually mechanically. Just
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
kind of the idea I had with the other rifle.
Oh, with this rifle?
No, the other guy's rifle that you mentioned.
Oh, the
It's like, oh,
the
that's
Armory
what I was
guy.
thinking of. It's just like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of this rifle where it's large and big, and the barrel's freaking massive.
Yeah, I mean, barrel length wise, you got it right, but design wise, let's see, German long rifle. Let me see if I can get like one of those fancy German long rifles. God, I remember someone had made it was so goofy, but like it was from way back in the day, and they were just like figuring out how if you made your rifle longer. It would stay more accurate at further distances. So like there was like this rifle made in Germany for like this like baron, and his rifle was like fucking 7 feet long because of the barrel.
That's for big shooting.
Yeah. Like it was just like, what the hell is this fucking thing? And the thing about it is that the wood finish and like some of the metal parts on it was like really nice. But I'm not gonna be able to find it.
It's okay. We could talk about this later. Instead of holding things up, let's just
Yeah.
For now, let's go check out Mordorin.
Very well. The party goes to collect Mordorin. Mordorin, in the time that the party is off getting guns. What do you do at the library?
I mean, I did DM you one thing, but besides that, just mostly honestly trying to research about that particular building. I don't think he'd run into anything about the Void Rider in here.
No.
I mean, he'll try, but probably better use of his time to figure out like anything specific about that building. Hell, even blueprints. He'll take blueprints.
Blueprints?
Could somehow get that in a fucking library.
Oh, I don't want to use this song. Let's see. Yeah, we'll use this one. Go ahead and make an assisted, intelligence roll.
Assisted?
You're being assisted by the power of books.
Is that advantage or just you add on something on your end?
Advantage.
Alright.
You're being assisted by an enamored librarian.
Well, I'll take the 15.
Alright, well. You don't get too much information pertaining to the spire in question. However, you do get a small brief history on the spires themselves. So you know for a fact that the Spires are kind of the they're kind of the Brosnov in-city Jesus Christ, this fucking audio. It's their in-city farms basically. Like they're the way they were built and the intent of the intention of building these things were around farm and production. So the spire itself is all just a farm, and then at the very top of the spire is actually it pokes above the clouds and is actually the only part of Brosnov that actually is outside of the clouds. They're tall.
Fancy.
Yeah, they're very friggin' tall. And so you know that the rooftop there's actually like farmland. It's not very big, obviously, because it's a tall tower, but there's enough ground there, and then around that spire there's other tracts of like various vegetation that's growing on and around the spire, especially towards the top once you get past the clouds. But towards the bottom, however, there is it's laid out and there's livestock actually kept in the towers. So if you want to think of it, it's more like a ranch and it's a ranch and farm combined together into one tall frickin' building.
Okay, so it's like the Thanksgiving one shot, but in a tower.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as nutty.
The vegetable animals begin to come back.
No, please.
Except the livestock aren't weird vegetable animals. They're like, cows and pigs
Actual
and chickens.
Yeah, actual animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're agricultural towers. They're considered a big feat of wonder. There originally was 10 of them. Now there are 8. So
actually, we know one fell, right?
Yeah, one blew up because that was basically like the end of the syndicate was with that tower blowing up. It doesn't really, obviously won't specify why that one blew up or, the nature behind that one, but it does state that there was 10, now we have 8. One was falling apart because it was the first one that they put together, and so they took it down and they pretty much just had to they didn't want to build it they didn't want to maintain it anymore. But the other 9 that they built afterwards were more advanced, and they're basically they took what they learned from the first tower and they made better ones.
I wonder why they didn't replace them. Replace the first one. Actually, is there anything about replacing those 2 towers?
Well, in that particular book, you don't learn about the Syndicate's tower that blows up.
Yeah.
But it does state that that they had made plans for rebuilding the original tower, but it just never happened for whatever reason. It says that there was just political turmoil at the time of the tower.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, it was bureaucracy. People were rioting. They didn't want this tower.
Bunch of fuckers.
So they built 9 others in other places.
They're like, we don't want that tower. We want these towers.
Of course, further investigation and your previous knowledge does kind of lead you that you do know that the other tower blew up in the Syndicate schism, where pretty much the leadership of the Syndicate just had a huge they had a huge just split, and the leaders of the Syndicate fought it out, and they say that everyone died in that tower.
Yeah, except we know for a fact that at least one of them survived.
Yeah, one guy actually made it out, and that's Walter.
Yeah.
Which you have met personally. But of
Man,
course,
there's gonna be a lot of fucking ghosts there.
But yeah, they don't have too much details that pertain to what happened, but they say that an explosion rocked the tower, and then the thing just split in half, and like the top half just fell on top of the city.
That's a lot of dead people.
Jesus.
Yep.
The bottom half actually stood, like the bottom half still stayed up. So everything that got blown up from the upper half, gone. It fell, it crushed like a whole part of that part of the Hanging Garden, and it was pretty bad. But the lower half stayed intact. That didn't, fall apart. And
Yeah.
the remains of that tower are still there. It's kind of like a dedicated, like, don't build around here. They specifically have it that that's the one piece that they're not gonna replace. Like they're gonna keep it there on purpose.
That's the joke.
Okay.
Yeah, as a joke. No, it's more like a reminder
Yeah,
that
more-
it's a solemn reminder that crime doesn't last in Brosnov.
A real fucked up joke.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay.
Ah.
And then, do I get anything out of the thing that I messaged you about? Just curious.
I took a brief look at it, but I need to read it one more time. Sorry. Must
No
I was
problem.
going over my stuff.
I'm going over their stuff.
I want you to make a concentration check.
Oh God. Okay. What the fuck? Oh Jesus! What an 8.
Not so concentrated.
Not so
What?
concentrated.
I don't know either, fam.
You rather than going and looking for something, you kind of feel a slight compulsion, and instead you are kind of drawn to a book.
What is this book?
Unfortunately, you don't get much out of it, and you kind of feels very random and strange for you to just suddenly pick up the book. But it's a book on the lives of sailors that make trade routes through the frozen parts of the ocean.
He's just confused.
Strangely
Well, he's
compulsed.
he's
read
going
about
to
the
read
Genghis
it.
Khan.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with what's going on, but he's going to read through it.
He's gonna learn. It's like watching the Deadliest Catch or whatever. It's Deadliest Catch, but in book form.
Yeah.
These Brosnov sailors go up north and brave the cold winters to catch crabs.
Yep.
Oh.
It's more like just like a mixture of that and primary source to entries of like sailors writing about some of their experiences. So it's like it talks about like some of the routes that these ships take, and then it's backed up with some captain logs and some sailors like personal writings.
Where's the book about Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty.
Did any of the stories stand out to him? Stand out to Mordor, or just like it's just sailor stories?
Make me a wisdom check.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
What is happening over here?
I don't
What-
know.
What isn't
18?
he doing?
18. Alright, well this one will kind of assist you.
The fuck?
There's a
Are
couple
you okay,
of
buddy?
there's
I
a
don't
couple of excerpts in which you kind of
Mordor feels wild.
you just kind of like it's how do I put it? You feel very you feel drawn to these excerpts. One of them is about a captain's log, and it's regarding on one ship and its crew staying in Fjordheim and recounting the tales of some of the locals, and it just kind of talks in small detail about how they talked about how the Vitten had this big fight, like there was this big infighting that was going on. before they were like formerly established. Another one is another experience in which the captain, it's another captain's log, and in this case, he said it was a survivor from a wreckage. The ship had sailed off course, and rather than find its way to the southeastern ports of Fjordheim, it veered somewhere off course and ended up in a location that the captain would later be told by the locals is known as the Frozen Grave. And he kind of
Sounds
describes he describes it as like a very harrowing experience, as he basically tried to survive, soaked, nearly frozen to death, like walking across this frozen hellish plain. And he recounts that one of the particular scenes that he remembered was that the night he managed to get out, that there was a particular iceberg, and like this, he kind of describes the scene of seeing this iceberg and the way it sort of juts out from the ocean, and it kind of sticks out a point, and almost like it's leading up into the sky, and just above it you can see a bright star. And he says that he used that star to sort of guide him all the way back into Fjordheim proper and get a ship back home.
That was a good book, by the way. I actually know what book you're alluding to. It's a good book. I really enjoyed that, actually.
Good book.
Is
Actually,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
you-
Actually, I wasn't alluding to anything. Not on
There's a book-
purpose.
There is a book that is almost exactly that in real life.
Was it the Erebus?
I don't know if it was the Erebus.
Or
I forget what it's called.
The Doomed. It was the Doomed Expedition.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember the title or much, but I do know it's like my memories say that the book was kind of along those lines. Dude gets lost in the Antarctic because the ship breaks, or something gets fucked up. They all have to abandon ship, and the dude finds his way home by some star.
Oh my god.
And the book is mostly about his trials and tribulations through, a fucking frozen hellscape.
Boss?
What's
I'm
up?
scared to ask this. May I make a religion check?
Sure. Make a religion check.
DM, can I make an athletics check?
19.
That's quite a nice religion check you've got there.
Oh god.
This does sound like a familiar sense of description, given the two experiences. You can't help but feel that they're linked to something that pertains to conflict and stars.
He just immediately slams the book shut.
Fucking meddling celestials.
I like to make a performance check on Kyron.
He's not here. I don't know where he went. Where
Why
did
not?
he go?
Oh, Kyron had to take off.
Aww.
Yeah.
For shame.
But we'll update him afterwards. In any case,
Make a performance check at Lamine.
I
make
was
a
waiting for
perception
that,
check.
like-
Have to switch targets.
What are you performing?
Interpretive dancing. I don't know.
Mordrin, can you make that perception check real
Breakdances.
quick?
Yeah,
A perception check now. Oh god.
Yes, please.
Yasha
Oh
Yasha
my
hits me with a
God.
fat dab. Dabs at her. Like,
Oh no!
Oh, nice.
it gets better. Just keeps getting better.
He is slowly coming to a horrific realization of things.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What-
You can't help but feel that there's a presence watching over you, like behind you. And you turn around and you catch sight of what almost appears like the face of a maiden. But you blink and you see it's just Lamine and the crew.
Mordred, you look like you've seen a ghost.
He's just going to stand up and just immediately just leave. He's just gonna leave. Doesn't even bother with like making the books nice or anything. He just leaves everything as is.
Messy.
Oh,
Order it.
No, he just keeps going.
must have been a really bad book.
I will clean up after Mordorin.
Lamine just sees the very much relatable. Yeah, I can see what he's. What the fuck is this book?
Yasha will also
The
assist
book
in...
about
Fisherman.
ships and those logs.
I'll put it back. Whatever.
Whatever, he reading some strange things.
Yeah.
We weren't gone that long, were we?
Don't think. Never mind. Never mind. Mean stops herself from saying anything.
Do a deception check at the books. Ha! See them catch up with
Okay.
that.
What the fuck?
You've heard of ready action now. Now we're gonna talk about unasked for skill checks.
Yeah. For real, just confuse everyone.
Oh, maybe
yeah,
Mordred
I'll-
will feel better if we go for a walk.
I'll make sure everything is tidied up or returned to a librarian or whatever if I need to.
All right, well.
Then catch Mordorin.
Dude,
Hopefully he didn't wander off too far.
yeah,
I don't
thankfully
know,
it's
will he
not that
wander
much of a
far?
mess.
Where'd the baby waddle off to?
I don't know. I don't. Oh god, he's definitely not thinking right now. Well, he's thinking, but not in the very, very street dumb
He
way.
knows we're here. He knows we're here.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
he
just turned around and saw you.
yeah, and he just kept walking. He didn't stop.
Hold on, I swear to fuck. I swear to fuck.
Oh my
Bull.
god. You know what?
Carry you like
I'll
a
roll for
football.
it. Alright, he
Bull.
will stay outside of the library. He just stops
Boy.
himself and just like
He just books it. He just disappears. We never see him again.
no god. Imagine. But no, he manages to stop himself.
Imagine.
Just roll a nat one. He's gone. Gone forever.
Good thing I didn't.
Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
No, he's just outside the library now, just reeling from that.
We catch up to him, I guess.
Was the
Collect
book
the
that bad?
Mordorin.
Yep, collect the Mordorin. And he has been collected.
X under arm.
Oh.
Okay.
It's football.
I'm not carrying you like that. All season.
Carrying the
Foot-
football.
Football Mordorin.
I mean, definitely making sure he's doing okay. 'Cause it didn't seem all that okay. It's like,
No, and he's still not okay, but he's just going to as soon as you guys are done, at least kind of collect himself by just going into the, what he discovered, not from the weird sea routes and shit like that, but into the whole, like, yeah, there's only 8 spires, and just the sort of nature of the spires, just immediately goes into that.
yeah, we can talk about it on the way to Portside, I guess.
Yeah.
How many hours where roundabouts has it been since we started this journey?
Headed off to the Armory and the library. I'd say you probably spent. I mean, most of your time has probably been spent like walking to and from.
Yeah.
And so Morden's had a bit more time for research, but overall, I'd say you guys working together probably killed like 2 or 3 hours.
Those poor hours.
They deserved it.
They all.
It had to
They
be done.
deserved it. Just like an actual criminal. But he deserved it.
They deserved it.
Morgan
So yeah,
definitely has
Sure.
shit on his mind, but he does his best to distract himself from it.
you seem perturbed, Mordred.
He went away. He
I
went away.
wonder why.
I
Well,
would
we
never
don't know,
know
so-
why.
Yasha tugs at Mordorin going, what's wrong?
Hi, what's wrong?
My God.
Wouldn't you wanna know, monk boy?
You know what?
Monkey boy.
If I
Where's
roll
your
low, he actually doesn't feel it from Yasha. Okay, so he just kind of like turns to Yasha, just kind of like everything's fine. Fucking lying.
Thing is not
I was
fine.
gonna say, looks at Lamine.
Jake said. He is
It's like-
definitely not.
Most.
You're. Warner, that wasn't even a good lie.
Was it? Was it even an attempt?
Morty's not
Wasn't
a very
even an
good
attempt.
liar. Morty's not a good liar.
Well, maybe if we go walking into the harbor, the seaside, you'll feel better.
Went to that
Oh yeah, don't mind us. We're just going we're going towards the ocean, by the way.
Oh.
Okay.
At least it's not night.
Yeah, at least you can't
It's
see
been
the.
night for a long time.
Oh my God. God.
It's outside.
Did you know? It's
I-
nighttime. We're going to the sea. Hey, that's weird. It doesn't usually snow in Brosno.
Oh my God. You know what? If it
Screeches.
look, I think Mordred would be gone if like the Brosnov date just suddenly like whatever for whatever reason it just malfunctions and the fucking moon is out.
A
Just
piss-
he's gone. He's just
A
gone.
piss dwarf in the
Goodbye.
distance is like, goddamn machine failure!
Well,
it just-
I mean,
Gone.
if
Remember-
there's any part of
remember.
Brosnov that you'll be able to see the normal sky, it will be portside. Because
Oh!
Yeah, so it might actually be nighttime.
it may
it might
actually
actually
be
be
nighttime.
We don't know because Brosnov things, but
Yeah.
we'll soon find out.
Yeah,
Like
we're
I
gonna
said,
find out.
the lights will all turn off and there'll just be the cacophony of dwarves yelling and swearing. All just for Mordrin. And it'll start snowing for some inexplicable reason. Oh, it'll start snowing because Yuki Wonderworks be like, oh, we're gonna do this new like promotional thing. Check out this misting device.
Universe hates Mortarin.
Like, wow, these
What else
connections
is
are getting
new?
set up
What else
perfectly
is
well.
new?
Existence despises him.
Does everyone in Harborside look like an old sailor now for some reason?
Yeah.
All crusty old sailors. Even
Yeah,
though it's
we're
not
only-
really,
Yeah, it's not, but they just are now. And it's just, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Lamine, do you notice there's a strange theme going on tonight?
Yeah, but yeah,
God.
the Mordrin's definitely like he's trying to keep himself occupied. He clearly doesn't. Clearly something has happened, but he's not willing to talk about it like the dumbass he is.
Well,
Oh.
I mean,
I'll give
Fair.
Mordrin a
Also-
fidget spinner.
it's also, middle of the street. Like, we're not. Whatever it is, not the time or place for it.
Yeah.
Or not,
I
not
give-
the place for it.
I give Mordrin a fidget spinner. Here, preoccupy yourself with this.
knock yourself
Yeah,
out,
but-
kid.
Would you like to read something? Sold that book.
Give it.
I don't think he wants to.
Immediately just give me the book.
Hands it over.
Immediately everybody knows something is definitely wrong. If there was like a 99% sure that something has gone wrong with Mortarin, it's now at 110%.
And pulls out tome. Enjoy yourself.
Yep, and he will start fucking reading it while walking.
Multitask.
What is a fisherman's stew?
Fisherman's
I
stew,
have no idea.
eh?
Yeah, he's gonna read. I wonder how long does a journey take
Oh, the port side
from
or
the
seaside?
library to Portside? Yeah.
You're gonna need the train.
Oh, good. He doesn't even need to walk. He can just sit on the
Sit
reading on
read.
the subway. As
Yep.
you do.
Yep. You'll have to take the train.
Stupid ass expensive subway system.
How much was these things again?
5 gold.
isn't?
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
gold.
What a
Gosh.
ripoff.
Yasha will do his usual thing and just look out the window as it goes.
Oh, well, you guys. Oh wait, no, it's not for this. It's for the hanging
No, it's
garden.
for Hanging Gardens.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'm like, you do have those free coins.
Nope.
I'm like, no, it's
For-
that's
for
Hanging
Hanging Garden.
Garden specifically.
Yeah.
That's fine. What are you get where's a monthly pass for this system? I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Well, for this, I'm
You-
gonna have to roll to see if anything happens to y'all.
All right. Yeah, you've never seen Morton read a fucking romance novel as intensely as anything.
Well, clearly the other book was not very good, so Yasha will leave him to it. I stare out the window, looking, yearning.
Is there any romance novels, any romance stories that Morton picks up on?
You know what? There's 30 stories. Roll me a d30.
Oh my god. Right,
Is
I
it-
get story number 4, I guess.
You decide to pick up on the 4th story. The story is this will be the story about oh, I got it. So this is a story between 2 rival gang members from 2 minor gangs. They're no longer around, of course. They're not one of the. They're 2 minor gangs,
Yeah.
and it's a tragic tale about how they are both big. They're like They're both big lieutenants and most trusted of their leaders, and yet they're torn between the loyalty of their gang and their love.
Forbidden love.
The forbidden love.
You know, to be honest, depending on how long the train ride is, Morton might finish the book.
Yeah, it's about a 30-40 minute ride.
Let's
I
see.
mean,
How should we
Don't-
determine how fast he goes?
Okay,
I mean,
there's
is it
there's a
fun to read
limit
romance
though.
novels?
I think it is an omnibus. It's not just like a little short story, like one short story.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot of stories in there. I doubt he'll finish. I don't see him finish the entire book.
Man,
like finishing a Harry Potter book in 40 minutes is, I mean, you could, but I don't think you could.
it'd
really.
be really hard to knock out
Well,
a little book
you
like
wouldn't
that.
really
in
be
40
reading.
minutes.
You can
Yeah,
finish a story though.
You'll probably get
That story
like
itself is probably-
halfway, maybe 2/3, I'd say, through the story.
Okay. Yeah.
You anticipate the ending to be an amazing climactic or tragic end in which something terrible will probably happen,
Yeah.
As they do.
as they
Is
do
it
in
fun
these
reading
sorts of-
romance novels, Lamine?
Depends on the romance novel, I suppose.
Oh,
Some are better than others.
which ones are better than others, would you say?
I much prefer the ones that end happily, not the ones that end tragically.
Oh, well, yeah, that's understandable.
I don't mind a tragedy, but not my preferred. Also humor. I like humor.
I don't know of anyone who doesn't like humor. Except maybe Walter.
Yeah, all the funny's been blasted out of him.
Side eyes.
Sounds like something Date would say.
That was
You know, right before
exactly
he gets
something what Date would
Oh,
say.
Yeah, right as he gets whacked with the fucking cane again.
Yep.
Yeah, he got all the funny blasted out of him.
I mean, it's refraining from side-eyeing to Mortarin.
And if
That
he's
is
paying
definitely
attention-
that is definitely something Date would just say. Just casually drop, just like
As he gets casually bapped. Hey, what a dynamic duo.
those two are
For real.
great.
I would like to see art of them one day.
Yeah. Well, I did commission Mari for whenever they have time to work on it.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of do want to continue that conversation though a little bit.
Which
Hmm.
one?
Yasha.
Oh. Well, if you continue it, then he'll keep going with it. But Yasha doesn't have experience with such things, so
That would be that would actually be kind of the question. Like, do you read much, Yasha? You like doing much reading?
it's funny. I used to not read at all, but it's like the words were hard. At first, the words were hard, but now they're normal again. Maybe I should try reading again sometime.
Do you want to read one of these books I've got?
Well, it's an omnibus. He can't exactly take one from you.
Oh.
It's like you know what an omnibus is, right? It's
Uh,
kind of like an encyclopedia, but instead of definitions, it's just it's like, hey, I've got like 80, I got like like a good 32 romance novels. Why don't we just stick it all into an encyclopedia-sized book and sell it
Yeah.
as a bundle?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of it's a bunch of things into one.
It's a humble bundle, but in book form. If you want to
Yeah.
think it
So
that
you'll
way.
get
But
like
those aren't-
full-on stories, series, even short stories.
Okay.
That's why it's a big ass book because it has pretty very sized stories in it.
I'll go pick up some Shonen Jump.
They've got fucking mangas here, so.
Just looking out and be like, man, there's a strange blue-haired samurai who looks really disheveled, but he looks happy that he has Shonen Jump.
God.
All with a small girl and a really big fucking dog.
Man, that one guy with glasses. Anyways.
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
I can't say I have much experience with things other than romance and adventure novels, but looking for anything of that sort, I suppose I should be able to give you some pointers.
I'll take whatever you give me, I suppose. I don't really have much experience with reading.
Maybe we can visit that book. It's an actual bookshop.
An actual bookshop.
Whereas
Can always go back to that store that you picked up the omnibus.
Oh, that's true. Well, for now, we're going to Harborside, so right now, Yasha's taking in the sights, putting his face against the window.
Yep.
hugging it up with his breath, just like
Well,
Well,
Like
maybe
like
maybe not that much.
gremlining it up.
Yasha has enough intelligence to know I should probably not lick the windows of a subway. You could smell you smell the subway and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't lick the windows and seats of this place.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not terrible, but
Well, let's
this
just
place
hope
is
that
place is better kept than most subways IRL, but it's still
I'd hope so for 5 fucking gold, but
yeah. Your money is
well-
your money is definitely well spent on this fucking ride.
let's just hope it's not like New York subways.
No.
If there were New York subways and we were paying 5 gold, then I'd understand, but I'd also be upset.
Hold on.
I'm
I had a
just-
picture
I'm-
here.
I'm just chilling on the ride over. Just vibing.
Will the random events let us chill?
And I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Looks at the DM. Will he let us chill?
Never.
So, no,
There was
At
never
least
a
we
chance
know.
to chill.
at least we know.
Let's go with this. This is a nice little picture I had saved. However, I have something really cool.
Oh,
Haha! There we go! It's a bit of a train thing going. I kind of messed around with Photoshop,
oh,
and so we got a bit of a frame. Can't really see the water though with this. But you see kind of there's definitely a shift in the architecture style, and the buildings get shorter and shorter. However, they are a bit more crammed in a lot of places, and you're finding also scattered around parts of Seaside is just these little canals, and they are definitely occupied with various boats and all sorts of other skiffs and rafts and just folks kind of coming up and down. It's not too crowded, but it's definitely like the lazy river, to kind of put it, where there's people going up and around it.
they're doing things.
Yeah, up and down going up and down these little canals. Some of them are, like little merchant boats that you can see stalls put on the boat, and you can see people sort of advertising and stuff on it. Of course,
Oh,
Yuki Wonder
advert
works
boats.
all over the place.
That lady's missing. Pointing.
Yep.
This is true.
Well, how empty is this train car, by the way?
This train car was empty until about 20 minutes ago when you saw there was actually a quite an intimidating group of Vitten and a pair of orcs, all kind of like coming into this into the train. They're all in similar uniform, and they appear to be sailors. As you can see, they're all adorned in like a bright white like.
What's wrong with Mordorin?
What is it
Border
wrong
is still
with
reading.
Mordred?
Borderin is still reading.
Yeah.
Still reading. Ignore the four large gentlemen who stepped in about 20 minutes ago and are
Yep.
just they're definitely a loud bunch though. As these two Vitten and two orcs are pretty much just chatting and just like talking about their fun they're just kind of having exchanges and talking about the wild and crazy things they got to have, they got to experience out in the Brosnov night, and they're just like, ah, yes, I love it when the captain pulls in at night. We get the whole evening to ourselves.
Yasha's just eavesdropping, just like, oh shit. Stories.
So yeah, they're a pretty boisterous group, and some of them kind of make mention of a few things here and there. Like I said, they're all pretty much in uniform. They have a nice little color combination of white shirts with navy blue stripes sort of going down alongside of their sleeves and the front and back of their shirts. And then they have they have a to match that navy blue pants with white stripes on them.
That's when they inexplicably start talking about stars and oceans.
Nah, it's more like they're talking about their
Yeah.
fucking wild weekend that they
Their
had.
escapades in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy talks about how he managed to like drink an entire bar's worth of booze, which was one of the Vitten. He said it all tasted like water.
Of course.
As Vitten do.
One of the orcs pretty much talks about how him and the other Vitten pretty much just like had a fucking wild night on the town, and they actually like got chased by the Tetzigard and got away.
Oh shit.
Turns
Is
out
that fun?
they wrecked up a stall and accidentally sank one of the canal stalls.
Jesus.
Bunch of rowdy salesmen. Sailors.
Salesmen, sailors.
Rowdy salesmen.
So yeah,
hope not.
it's pretty much an interesting group of sailors for the most part.
Not like they're enjoying life.
Yep. It's I would say there'd be some listening checks, but honestly, if you want to listen in more, it'd be at advantage.
Yasha's listening in. As he's like also looking out the window.
You get advantage, but you can definitely make a perception check.
Yeah. What are they talking about?
Hold on one second.
It would be a 10. Middle of the road.
You know what? Sure.
I thought you were busy reading your book.
Can I roll it just straight then?
I don't know. That's up to Pete's.
I mean, they are loud. They might be a bit distracting.
Yeah.
True.
So that's why I'm just like, Can I make this just a straight roll then?
Might
don't
still
see
have advantage even with.
They are boisterous. Again, that we'd have to wait for a DM to judge.
Okay.
Yasha's nosy enough to try listen in, but also look at the city. Coffee biscuits. Oof.
Okay, sorry about that.
Only the most saddest of romance novels.
May I make a normal perception check since Mordorin would be reading his book, but their loudness might be enough for him to like accidentally listen in.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, what was your perception, by the way, Yasha?
10, straight down the road, middle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't really hear anything interesting or anything more
Yeah.
interesting from them.
Nope.
Yep.
Not listening. Don't give a shit.
Yep,
You, you
couldn't
don't
be
you don't
bothered either.
don't even know they're there.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess that romance novel's got you. Like
I'm gonna
it's gripped him.
I'm gonna be real quick, guys. So if you guys have an opportunity, it'll be now for any roleplay if you guys want to do real quick.
Yeah.
Role play more like
Yeah.
school
So I'll be back
play.
in like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I would say like, I wouldn't say he's getting into the story rather than he's just reading the story and it's
He's clearly getting into it. It must be a pretty damn good romance story if it's in that one.
yeah. I mean it's God. He definitely doesn't look like he's like actively enjoying reading it. It's more like he needs
What
to
happens
read it.
next? What's happened next?
Not even in that case, just like
Yeah,
he
but you
just
couldn't.
needs.
You wouldn't get that you wouldn't get that invested just being like, I need to do this thing.
I think it's more invested in like in terms of like whatever's going in his mind. Like he wants it out so badly that he's hyper focusing on this book.
That's not how you enjoy a book.
Yeah, no, it's very clear that he's not enjoying the book, like, you know, for its content. He's using it as an outlet at the moment.
Other than him being mopey.
Yeah, it's true. At least he's not mopey mortarin.
Not right now, anyway.
Nope, not right now.
It'll come back, though. It always does.
It does. It will always
Okay,
come
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I return.
What's
Sorry
you bring
about
with
that.
you?
I have brought a banana because I have been offered to eat because I have not
Shrieks
actually had
in
dinner yet.
fear.
Anywho, yeah. So that's you guys don't really get too much from the others outside of their fucking stupid shenanigans that they do between wrecking up a place and being chased by the Tetsu guard or
Now these are the stories I come here for.
getting super drunk or whatever else that they got themselves up into for the 2.5 days or evenings they got.
Okay.
The train
Asked
pulls
about
in and
Brezhnev.
I mean, you are in Brezhnev. What's there to ask about?
About Brezhnev.
God. The train pulls in and you guys are at last at Portside Central. And while there's a lot of canals going in and around, it's actually not really a good view of the actual ports. This is more like the administration part of the ports, and you see a lot of items being a lot of like containers and stuff being moved through buildings, and they're being loaded up onto carts that are going out into the city, or they're going out towards the ships through the many crammed streets, or they're coming through the canals on large barges, not large barges, but you know, on fairly sized barges that are just kind of trawling across the modified waterways.
What an interesting place. Wonder if I'll find your cannons here, Levine.
I hope so. Speaking of which, did Vico give any sort of like a rough estimation where to look, or is this very much going to be I'm gonna have to ask around?
You're gonna have to look around. This is definitely, you guys are far outside of your territory,
Fair enough. All right.
Long way from home.
and you know, Vico himself doesn't really look into cannons, so
I mean, I'm
He-
not specifically looking for cannons, but yeah, anything. I am looking for big
Gun-
stuff.
big-
I don't
big
know
gun.
what big means, but I want something big. Something
Well,
that,
Gunner.
You will need to make me some investigation checks.
Help!
I mean, he can help. Just get him off the book. I think if you ask him for help, he will help. I think he would assist you versus
Ah!
defend himself, though.
I'll take an assist.
Rubbly.
Alright.
Got a 15?
15. You're able to find somebody who can kind of point you in the right direction, and while your description of looking for something big comes off as vague, he does mention that there is
She's aware
actually
that it's not the most helpful, but
they're
he
looking
doesn't
for
really know.
big guns, and he says one of the there's a Vinton sailor that has taken up smithing like a few years back, and he's kind of made a name up for himself for his gunsmith work. And while he's more prevalent into making large firearms for large folks like other Vinton, they say that maybe they can figure something out for you.
Okay, I want to check. I would like to see
would
what.
have large firearms.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what he's making then.
Well, definitely. So you guys go and look for this Vinton,
let's-
former
Let's go
sailor.
talk to this guy.
Yeah, it sounds
Alright.
like a great idea. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? The worst happens. No.
Oh no!
Roll for the
No!
encounter. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
The worst happens.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
You make your way
worst
towards given the directions of the helpful individual, and you happen to catch the very brief moment in the crowds as you walk by, a shadow sort of darting around in the crowds.
It's Jin.
Not Jin. Yeah, sure. Want to go make friends with an assassin?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I don't actually know if it is him. What was his name? Kalik?
Kalik. Yeah. Roll perception.
Really might be preferable for Kalik, because then it's like someone you kind of know.
Is this a visual-based perception check?
Yep.
Okay, I got a 22.
That'll be
Busy on
good
the lookout
enough.
for this person I'm looking for. To find this
13.
Vinton guy.
Well, Mortarin is able to catch sight of him, but yeah, you see Kalik darting around, and the homeboy is, well, yeah, he's aware of you guys.
Cool, I'm probably
Given
following
his,
us.
given his motions, he looks like he's following you guys, yeah.
Mortarin just mostly looks at Lemmy and is like, do you care if he's following us to this gun shop? Do you really care?
What are we caring about?
No, Calic's around.
Oh,
Is he now?
Yeah.
he's decent. He's decently friendly.
At least he keeps his distance. Not like Jin, who
It's in
does
your
not like
face.
doing that.
He makes a habit of making your business his business.
Yeah.
Really does.
Yeah. It's just like, if you care for him to know about what your business is.
Can I roll an insight check to see if if Yasha feels any sort of danger?
Sure.
Like, is it like a malicious kind of like he's following you, or is it more like he's just following us? A 15.
Well, it's fairly difficult to catch a beat on what he's doing, and usually there's a level of alertness to be had when a known assassin is following you.
Yeah.
But that aside, I'd say it's you don't feel like you're too completely in danger, but that you shouldn't let your guard
Obviously.
down, cause
Well,
Yeah.
he's definitely stalking you.
Well, Yasha
And,
has no reason to confront or, do anything about this, so he'll just
Yeah.
continue his Yasha. Continue Yasha. It was more to check if, like, he would suddenly burst out and, throw a knife or something like that. But if things don't feel if the room doesn't feel bloodthirsty, he'll keep his guard up, but not necessarily be, ready to react.
Yeah. Morden's just on edge, so it's just like he's fine in terms of the on guard thing. I don't think he can be on more guard than he is now.
in terms of perilous danger, well, there's certainly danger to be had with Calic trailing behind you.
He's not harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's harmful right now.
Yeah, he may not be in a particularly harmful mood. Or
Yasha will
purpose,
just
I should say.
Yep.
Not that he's, the mood hasn't struck him. It's more like he may or may not have a reason to come out and kill you.
Yeah.
He just does it for fun. Roll initiative. No.
Now he wants to. Psych. Let your guard down. Stab.
It's just like what Gangplank. Don't get comfortable in my absence.
Don't get comfortable in my absence.
Oi! Really gets fucking his head coming out of a flower pot. Just oi! Yeah. Noted. But also, Yasha at least does nothing different.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Chase after him? Like, dude's just gonna fucking dip
Yeah.
and might just come back. So
He has no reason to chase Calic. He doesn't have questions for Calic. If Calic has questions for him, well, that's a little different. But
when he should
Yasha's
come out and
Yasha.
ask them, not just stalk us like a
well,
creeper.
he did that to Yasha before, so that's what Yasha's kind of expecting. If he got something to say, he'll say it.
Yeah. Morden's just sort of like, do you guys want to try to lose him, or do you we just don't care? In terms of like that, like I don't.
I don't like the idea of him following us around, but I'm also not.
Yasha's body language is mostly just like, oh, it's another day.
I'm amused that we're pretty nonplussed about a known assassin literally tailing us.
Oh,
I mean, we've dealt with him before. So
we.
I mean,
Oh, it's the-
technically
it's the
speaking,
fact
you've
that-
only dealt with him once.
Yeah. But
It's
in this
not-
specific case, Yasha has actually interacted with Calic, so in his defense, it's him again.
Oh.
I mean, if we can try and lose him, I would definitely like to try and do that. Nothing else. I might give him a bit of warning that, like, yo, dude.
You don't lose him, but
Nope.
you lose Yasha. Fuck.
That would not be a good idea. Would not be good. Even if it fails, if we'll probably be pretty clear to him that we're trying to actively evade, which, at least give him some warning that, like, we know you're there, dude. You're there. Oh. Yeah.
do you
Is there any-
want like how close does he get?
He's keeping a fairly close distance, actually.
Is there
Because
any
he's-
food carts?
Food carts?
Yeah.
Actually, there's not so much carts as there's more, like, canals. So a lot of the walking areas have, like, they're, like, split with a canal in between. And then over on the railway side, you can actually look over and, you'll see passing by vendor ships or vendor boats. And, you can, if they're selling something that you want, you can just kind of call over the guy on the boat, and he'll use a stick and he'll reach up and, hand it to you.
Yeah, give me some of that grilled yellowtail.
Yeah, he pretty much will give it to you in like a little basket.
I have a question for Morderin.
I am making this transaction. How much gold? Or copper or silver? How fucking much?
I mean, just round it up to 1 gold.
Do you have?
Okay. Get
Mortar
myself the
still has
finest
the
grilled yellowtail. With
this
all the
has a platinum ring
fixins.
on it, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Warding Bond on Mortarin.
Oh, hello. Oh, goodbye, platinum ring.
It's not gone.
Oh, sweet.
Doesn't consume the ring.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good because they cost 50 gold each. Alright, that'd be an expensive use if it was like every time you use it. Like, goodbye 50 gold.
every time fucking Calic makes his rounds.
50 gold gone.
Sorry, boss, you
Is
gotta pay the Calic tax.
In the grand scheme of things, at this point, 50 gold isn't that much, but it adds up. And I have to keep on buying. I would have to keep on buying rings. But no.
Primal instinct.
Oh my
Just
god.
in case.
Just
Yeah, so
in
Warding Bond is now on Mortarin.
Hooray.
Stuff that hopefully will not become relevant.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, Mortarin can, especially if he's keeping close, and Mortarin can keep an eye on him. He can try to see if Calic will just fucking go.
I offer Lamine and Mortarin a grilled yellowtail on a stick.
With
Oh,
that 1
you.
gold, I'll say you have enough for the party.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of freaking. It's a lot of money for a fish stick,
I
essentially.
will accept the food.
I will also accept the food, and then after I eat it, you're like, I mean, Mortarin can see if he can deter Calic from fucking following them, or at least let them know that he knows.
By the way, this is just a general statement. Maybe this time not go 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it a bit more regular.
Yeah, I agree. We
We're
should go
pushing.
6.
Oh
No!
my god.
No.
We're
He
pushing
almost went
3
bad.
hours. I'll probably call it a wrap soon.
You
Yeah.
guys do what you
Good-
want. Yasha's
good
clearly
call, though.
nonplussed about Calic.
Yeah, Mortarin just turns to Lemmy, just like, you want me to let him know that we know we know he's
Go
here?
away, Calic. We don't
Please
like
do.
you.
Boy. Alright, Mortarin's gonna look at Calic and tell him telepathically, go away.
Fuck off!
He did say please.
You just telepathically project to him that.
Yeah, and just in case he doesn't think for whatever reason it's not Mortarin, he'll speak it in Elvish.
Oh, he's aware. And in fact, when you do so, you notice that he, rather than in typical skulking fashion, is now just beelining towards you guys.
Again,
Mortarin just stops.
Yasha is nonplussed.
Mortarin just literally stops in the crowd and just waits. Cause it's like, alright.
We'll be next to him. I'm not leaving Mortarin alone. I really hope he's not. Attack. That could be kind of dumb.
Yeah, it would be. So that's why it's just like Mortarin's just gonna stop, just like, alright. Let's do this.
Well, from out of the crowds comes the drow.
It's Jin.
It's your boy. It's Jin. Surprise! No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Calic emerges from the crowd and pretty much faces you guys like in person. Just always a rare sight.
Yep.
Is it really that rare? We saw each other not too long ago.
Mortarin just crosses his arms, just waits. Like,
And-
alright, you got something to say?
Alarming tendency to cross paths in the city, I have to say.
Indeed. But it's a small convenience for me at the very least. I learned about that business you did with the old samurai. I know about his involvements with a certain group. All I have to say is, you best watch your back. there's definitely a far more dangerous assassins out there than just me.
Offer some yellowtail.
He'll take it, but he doesn't eat it because he's still keeping his
No, I understand, but Yasha doing Yasha
Where's
things.
Calic?
It's like, would you like a yellowtail?
Thank you, Yasha.
Okay, is that it? Word is just very much just like
You done?
he's absolutely done with all this shit, and
There we
he's like he's very no nonsense at the moment. Like anything else?
everything
bit-
impatient, are we? No matter. I'll confer to you.
For the warning, regardless.
Well, it's more of a thanks for smoking out the competition for me.
Shrug.
Not every day red hands get picked up on the radar, after all.
He had it coming.
Oh no, not the old samurai. His involvement, however, was more than enough for me to follow along to find that red hands assassin.
Oh
Or
well, all the
Find
better.
find his trail. I've yet to find the maker of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
If I learn anything, I'll let you know.
Murder just looks at Yasha just
Why is he being so friendly?
Yasha things. Just Yasha thing.
Party looks incredulously at Yasha as he speaks friendly to an assassin who has tried to kill them before.
Honestly, you might be surprised at me being kind of nonplussed about it at this point, honestly.
like, all right, this happened a couple months ago. We're good.
She's
Yeah.
pretty accepting of, like, yep, Yasha is just...
Yasha antics.
Yasha
Yeah.
things.
Just, okay.
So he comes saying a few things. One of them is in regards to my employer. He has given some instruction in which we may be crossing paths in the near future once more.
Okay.
Given that your efforts have indirectly assisted me, I felt that it was only fair that I'd give you some small knowledge on it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Should you ever cross paths once more with the Red Hands, or get them out of position for my sake, do come find me.
I can't say it would be for your sake specifically, but...
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
sure.
have no... They do not like them either.
As I said, they don't sound very nice. I'll make sure to beat them up when I see them.
Even with your capable group, Red Hands Killer is more than a match for your group without that sword.
I really
Thinking.
want to take any threat lightly.
I'm not threatening you, but I am warning you. Your encounter with the rare assassins is an incredible coincidence, one that I fully intend to profit from.
Okay. That's nice.
Best of luck with that.
And as I said, if I learn-
Bordered is very like it's clear that he's just done. Just get it all out. Just say your thing. Go.
now I have someone to give information to about Red Hand. No problem.
The Red Hands. Yep. Calic knows a thing or two about the Red Hands.
I know nothing about the Red Hands.
Yep. Should we meet again, it will not be on friendly terms, unfortunately. However,
Well, it's all business.
if you wish to speak with me regarding the Red Hands, meet by the old tree at the Hanging Garden. You'll know the one. And with that, he steps back and melds in with the crowd, and he's gone.
Gone.
Porter just keeps walking, just like, all right, he's gone. Let's go.
What a nice. I see. He's a decent fellow.
I don't care.
To some extent, I suppose. I do not agree with his profession, but at least he's honest.
Well, yep. With that, you are fortunate enough to come across the shop after receiving a small indirect thank you from Calic for helping him find some of his competition.
So thank you as an assassin gets, I suppose.
Yeah. Hey, you found one of the guys I'm looking for. Thanks.
Hey. Well, I mean, as far as sulky assassins go, that's actually quite a lot for him. So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
They manage you as Mortar and saying thank you.
Yeah. You know it's coming from somewhere special when it happens.
A genuine thanks.
In any case,
Let's talk to Vinton.
yep. Old Vinton, well, I would say old, but he looks just about the same age as most Vintons since they age fairly slowly. But yeah, you come across this shop that's this Vinton's, it's more like a workshop than like how the other place was like this dude's house,
Yeah.
And yeah, you see this Vinton with a big old beard that goes almost down to his waist, and it's nicely braided. It's not like it looks like it's taken care of, but you can see that the ocean air has done its duty of fucking it up wherever it can. And you can see that there's some frays to it, and there's some rogue hair that kind of pops out from the braids here and there. So yeah, the Vinton kind of greets you and he says, welcome to my shop. What can I do for you?
Hello.
I need a gun bigger than me.
Possibly. Maybe Actually, before
you're actually shooting for the stars here.
Yeah, for really is. Are there any examples of his work around at all, or is it?
There's a few guns that are kind of on display. There's a lot of like pistol firearms and there's a lot of rifles, but they, considering that these are for Vinton, these look like small cannons.
Yeah.
In fact, some of them kind of look like they've been sort of like redesigned and repurposed deck guns, or like carronades that are fixed to like the railings of ships, but they've been like modified to fit into the palm of a Vitten's hand, or rifled in a way where a Vitten can carry it as a like a rifle essentially.
Yeah.
And there's like a variety of like sizes and shapes of these guns, but they all kind of carry this cannon like shape for the most part.
All right. Then I will continue. I am looking for statement, I suppose. That makes a statement. I think they get the point across.
You're looking
a little bit smaller, but
yeah, most of my guns I specialize aren't really for shorter folk. But if you're looking for something that can really start a party, I think I can make something. And he kind of looks around at some of his guns for inspiration.
A gun as tall as Mortarin.
Something.
God.
Does that something include something explosive, possibly?
Explosive? Maybe. I could probably find something that can hit hard enough to make a big boom. But explosives per se are a little bit hard on finding and supplying for.
You might just have to find special ammunition like I do for that sort of thing.
Tetsu aren't too keen on things that blow up the city, so only
As
way
well, they should.
if you're looking for something to do property damage, I can fit you with something that can fire something like this, and he hands you like an iron ball that like fits in your palm.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's literally a deck gun.
Yep.
I'll take a pintle gun.
The bullet is as big as my head. Well, maybe a little smaller, but
And he's just like, all right, let me see if I can find something that won't take your arm off after the first 3 shots.
Bet I could find some canister shot too. It's this big. There might be canister shot.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
With that, let's see. Let's see what our old Vinton buddies got.
Turn into an oversized shotgun.
it's a 100.
Ooh.
It's a 100 gauge shotgun.
I'm about to air out the room, motherfuckers.
Well, I just nat 20'd for that.
Woo!
So it actually has just the thing you need.
Please.
And with that, he says that you know what? I've been actually working on something for a commission that got canceled.
It's fate.
It's fate.
And so he comes out and he has this very interesting looking device that he has, and it's essentially it's a small carronade. It's like the size of your arm essentially, and it has an interesting series of straps and belts and pieces, and pretty much he says like this is something that they called, what did that customer say? He wanted something called a blast brace or harness. I don't know, it was something stupid. In any case, it was kind of a fun idea that I tinkered around with, but then when I came close to finishing up on the project, he pulled the plug. Shame, really. Looked like it'd be of good fun use. Maybe you can use this.
I don't know why he pulled the plug. It looks like a good gun.
Looks at Lord, still my beating heart.
Yep. So, yeah, it's a small cannon.
Please.
The cannon, it's essentially, imagine just like the cannon without like a typical old ship cannon. That's about a foot long. But instead of like any like things for it to like mount onto, it's just completely smooth all around. Except for like the firing pin. There's like a small little firing pin, and then there's like up top there's just a grip. So you kind of hold the grip from the top side, which can be a little bit strange. However, it's like wrapped around with like a bunch of just like straps, like pretty much straps and belts that go to have it like go around the shoulder. It pretty much has it so it can kind of like it's attached to your body at all times essentially.
Yeah.
And your entire body is just used to brace the blast. And the idea is you kind of grip it. You grip it with both hands, obviously, and then you just pull. You just squeeze the trigger, or that's on the top, and you can also turn it kind of sideways. And then boom.
I cannot help but imagine something like the Teostra cannon, the Teostra heavy bowgun from Monster Hunter World.
You know, I mean, if you strap that to your left arm, you could put a shield over it too.
Something to workshop, maybe.
A shield might not work, but a buckler, you can wear a buckler with it.
I was to say, the shield would be on the external left side of the cannon.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You could
Make
modify
it-
it to have a bit
get
of a small
the-
shield.
get
A
the-
gun shield.
Get a Susavina treatment with the gun cannon arm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the way the thing is placed, you have to have your arm on the cannon. You can't have it's not mounted like along the wrist or along the forearm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it like hangs from your body basically. So you don't need to hold the cannon, but when you operate it, you need to hold it with both hands.
Yeah,
I see.
that makes sense.
I was gonna say give Lamine the Susservina treatment.
I mean, one way or another, she probably looks pretty.
Now you got a heavy bolter.
You know, I'll say excited. Excited works. She's definitely kind of. She's a big lethal about this.
Mm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, there's some ups and downs to this thing. On the one hand, since it is pretty much strapped to your body at all times, you can drop this thing and you can pick it up as a free action like this. It's because it more or less hangs from you.
Yeah.
Using the small harness. The downside is that it's a one shot because it's a fucking cannon, and this fucking thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And it will penalize you for attempting to do things. So you will have disadvantage on dexterity-based things, all of them,
Makes sense.
because you literally have a cannon strapped to you.
Yep. That's fair.
So, them's the ups and the downs. On the plus side, though, I need to find the stats of a cannon. Because
well,
it's basically it's a small cannon, so
I know they tend to hurt.
Is this thing just like a straight, like, muzzle loader? This is like a breech loader.
it's muzzle loaded. I would have to say it's muzzle loaded.
how much is it?
I will
That's a
get.
good
Porter would
question.
ask.
That's
'cause
a
even
very good question.
Because it's not even like a fancy rifle. It is straight up. It's a fucking cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't really a rifle. This is just a fucking cannon. So I need to look up cannon stats real
Normal.
quick.
A normal large object cannon is a 8d10.
8d10.
Range is 600 to 2400 feet. But that's for like, you know, the cannons that are on wood frames with heels. A carronade might be half.
Makes sense.
This one is telling me that this thing is 60-10 bludgeoning damage.
Which one are you pulling it from? Because mine's from the DMG.
Oh, this is from another website called Tribality.
I
Oh.
don't know what that is, but the DMG on page 255.
Oh, it even
Says
has
that-
like stats and costs for ships too.
That might be homebrew stuff.
Oh, I
It looks like
actually have.
homebrew.
What page is it? 256.
Yeah, DMG page 255.
Oh wait, this is DMG. This is the PNG. Where's my DMG? Ugh. All right, which one of you fuckers is the book? Oh god. Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's for their this is for the D&D
Yeah, this
pirate
is-
homebrew,
Yeah, it's all pirate homebrewery. May have
which
to
is
look
Wait,
at
cool,
this.
but
Wait, I actually have a pirate compendium.
it's an unearthed arcana ships and seas thing,
Hmm.
which is cool. But the DMG states that like a full cannon. Oh, the one you're is it a 9-pound cannon is 4010. How big is a
9 pound.
9-pound cannon?
Huge. Well, maybe not huge, but they're big.
Let's see,
What
because
was
yeah, that's quite large.
I mean,
Although any weaker, it would feel kind of insulting to what Lumine's got.
You will probably have a.
gun.
You basically have a swivel gun.
That one of the like.
Any case, yeah. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Well, I can't find my DMG, so.
Let's see. What is this? The for that same homebrew,
Holy shit.
Let me see.
God, if I remember correctly.
What's it? A swivel gun is 3d10 from that like pirate homebrew.
Oh, yeah, 3d10, just found it.
250 feet at comfortable range and 500 feet at uncomfortable range.
Yep. Considering that this thing is kind of strapped to you, you're kind of locked to that 250 feet.
I
Yeah, that's
don't care. I'm not taking this to be sniping.
Yeah, you're not gonna be picking people off with this thing, given the way it's set up. But yeah, so you definitely get that, and I will give it to you at well, considering that it's a originally it was a half completed and partly paid for commission. He says he'll just give you the actual price since somebody kind of covered the bonus markup for the commission.
okay. How much is it?
650 gold.
I'll pay it.
Not bad.
Oh.
Not bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
I am sure. Mortar's not gonna
the-
tell you why he's doing it, but yeah.
This is how you treat a lady right here. You buy her a cannon.
Treat
Yeah,
your girl
it's
something
like-
special. Buy
Cannon?
her a cannon.
Buy her a hand cannon.
Yasha over here like Yasha's pogging again.
That's gonna be my emote, man. We're gonna get that visual ref on what Yasha looks like, and then I'm gonna have the artist make a Yasha pog.
Pog
A
Yasha.
little Lamine icon on the side of the UI pops up with hearts. Like he increased their increased the bonding.
The affection
Oh
rate
my
has gone up.
God. Yeah.
It's like the
Mortar
double hearts too. Like big increase.
In any case, yeah.
I do need some ammo. Do need ammo.
He'll give you, he'll give you the starting complement of 5 rounds, but
Jesus
it'll
Christ,
cost
that's
you,
gonna weigh you down.
yeah, considering they're like 2 pounds each.
Damn, that's fucking. It's not even thinking about their weight. Like weight-wise, maybe you could probably handle it. It's more like the cumbersomeness of having the balls hanging off
Yeah.
of you.
Just imagine juggling like fucking cannonballs on this fucking thing.
You'd have to have a
Surge.
bag just for the cannonballs.
You're gonna have to find a way to carry this fucking thing and its ammunition.
Yeah. It's
Throw it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, that's on
That is
Yasha,
kind of
like,
my
most-
solution.
That is the problem. Is it's mostly on Yasha all the time.
At the moment, that is the solution.
Well, at the moment it's the solution. We'll
Yeah.
figure out
You'll have to have
better-
Yasha yeet the balls to you if you need them.
But
She
Yeah.
can work with stuff. She can make stuff. So.
A nice cannon.
Bought her a nice cannon.
How romantic. Yasha's peeking around the shop to see if there's anything else here besides large firearms.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Yasha, his price point was too high for the money I could spend.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. It was an expensive ass commission.
Yeah.
I might have to retroactively I don't know. I want to talk with Pete's more, but I don't want to hold up the campaign with me describing a gun for 30 minutes. So
yeah,
might-
no worries. We'll
it
get
might
some
end up
visual
being more or
refs.
less. So you know, because I have my personal ideas of what the gun can do and stuff, and it's like, wow, these. It's like I want to see if these work out. But anyway, yeah. Is there anything else here besides oversized guns? Well, normal size for Vinton, perhaps, but
Some Vinton-sized guns. Not much else for this guy. He just sells pretty much ship-based weaponry, essentially. Which is to
Yasha
say,
pi-
this man
Yes,
will
big.
sell you the guns for your ships.
Yeah.
Yasha picking up a pistol like Jesus Christ. This barrel is like, he puts his arm in it.
Boom.
He like looks at the pistol. He's like, oh man. He looks at his hand and arm that's like all skinny. And he's like, puts arm in the gun. Oh shit. He's just like, oh fuck, the barrel's as big. The barrel's bigger, thicker than my arm.
Yep. Pretty much says like, yeah, there's not much I can really offer to you that's not really of your guys' size, but if you ever need something for a ship, I can definitely provide.
Don't know.
Hey, that's a good thing to keep in note. Note that down. We never know. We might end up. Oh, we could refer Roland to this. Maybe stick some cannons on his carriage.
Oh my god.
Yes. It's like, okay, we have a weird request. We have a carriage. We need some side guns on it.
If you need side guns, well, I don't know if I can put a like a standard ship gun on one of those, unless you want it in the carriage.
I mean,
The carriage opens up. It's a fucking like 80-pounder cannon.
Yeah, you've
Just-
got nothing like a 14-pounder when you fucking kick out the fucking carriage cabin.
let's.
Was it? We convert the cannon into was it the the Queen Bess cannon from Total Warhammer?
Oh my god.
Just convert the carriage into that.
That's
Honestly, my thought would be sponsons.
Queen Bess might
Just
be a
get
little.
sponsons with like some 12-pounders or something on the side.
You do realize the Queen Bess is much bigger than your carriage.
That's hilariously
That's like three. That's like three of your carriages stacked on top of. No, four actually.
Oh my
We have requests.
god. Oh god.
I will accept only the most reasonable and of course affordable ones.
Question actually.
Actual question.
Actual question. Maybe getting a bit too minutia, but I enjoy this anyway. The shot or the ammunition, like the round shot. Is this kind of like the? How to explain it? Can I load this with like pre cartridge?
You want it
Basically,
primed?
like you know how
No.
you can like
Yeah,
pre-cartridge
preloaded.
things, wrap
Yep.
it like with the paper cartridge.
Yep.
I can do that. I can get like cartridges and just like shove it in there.
Yep. It comes in. The design on this swivel gun actually has. It comes with its own.
It's a self-plumbing device.
It's a self-loading. No, I'm kidding.
Self-loading.
No. The
Actually, that you could do that with some dwarf innovation. Just have like a plumb thing on the side, and whenever you load it, like you tap a button, and then the cog will spin and like auto plumb it.
See, this is plan number 2. Take it to the dwarves and be like, okay, need to make this auto loading.
Well, you could
I
definitely
have
have
a
those.
repeat?
If you want those scrawny bastards to mess up my work, then you can definitely have them upgrade it to load itself. But the rudimentary parts of it can definitely be upgraded to do so. But
I'll work on it. Like, I'll get to that if I need to. I'm pretty happy about just having a cannon. Although, actually, before I did also want to ask this guy, before we leave, if there's any other like people he might recommend that he like people who do good stuff or sells good stuff,
what are you looking for?
interesting stuff.
The good stuff.
Oh, I can recommend a number of people for good stuff, but I need to know what
I mean,
kind of stuff's
Kyron was
good.
looking for explosives. So,
Well-
some of that. Or anything.
Oh, we do know that's already kind of difficult to find.
We know that, but just asking.
You'll need a persuasion
more-
check.
Or of the same, I suppose, of just like guns that give a statement, or just weaponry, not even specifically guns. There's some sort of like, I will.
Every district has its armory, so if you're ever in need of anything that isn't a firearm, or at least something extravagant, they'll provide you with the basics. Now, as for explosives, you will need persuasion.
I will. I'll drop my channel divinity on this.
Oh.
He's taking
God
everything.
damn it! I knew it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Knew it. Knew
no.
it.
Oh my god, a 12 still. Oh man, it's way too late for me to say to assist you, so I'm not even gonna.
No, let's just say you still can, but it wouldn't help because a 1 is a nat is auto fail.
Damn it.
Well-
technically, it's not an auto.
For skill
I
check,
mean, that-
technically speaking, not necessarily.
Yeah, but it's
Traditionally, it's not.
I knew that was gonna be a 1.
fuck.
Bitch.
Unfortunately, he can't give you much. However, he can say that there is in fact an explosives guy that he only sells if you know the password to.
Oh.
The only bits of
boy.
information that he can give you is that it ain't here. It's not in this district. You have to check elsewhere.
Okay.
Does he know any part of the password by any chance?
Nope. He didn't even know there was a password.
Wait, but he just said
Or
that.
I mean, like he doesn't even know that there's multiple parts of the password. He just knows there's a password.
No, I just like yeah, just.
He knows there's a
Morton would ask,
password.
like, do
He
you
didn't
know
know
what
it's
the
like a
password is?
multi-part.
I don't think Morton would have given the fact that it was a multi-part. It's like, oh, do you know the password by any chance?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
He's
Alright.
like, no.
All he can tell you is that it's
He goes,
not
there
in port
is
side.
a password.
There's a password. I can't tell you what because I don't know either.
Alright.
He's not in the know.
Yasha's looking at the harpoon gun at the wall.
Yeah, there is a fucking harpoon gun.
No,
Jesus.
Yasha, you can't wield it. It's as big as you.
Hey,
He'd fire it
Actually,
anyway.
no. I bet we could
Mm.
finagle. I bet we could get a harpoon round for this gun.
Oh my god.
Sure, you could pretty much pack anything in that sucker.
That's what I'm excited by. That's what Mina's also looking forward to. I can put some big things in this barrel.
Put Yasha's spear in the barrel.
Put Yasha in the barrel.
I don't know if it's that big, but you can try.
Fire Yasha at them.
Terminal
God.
velocity monk.
We're gonna cut that 14-hour run into a fucking 7-hour
Couple.
one.
Give him a kickstart by launching him exactly like 75 degrees up in the air.
You get a nice 200-foot start on your adventure.
That's not even 6 seconds for him.
Yep.
Just whoosh.
250 feet. Bam. There you go. In 6 seconds. Get going.
All right.
Alright, anything else, guys? Or where are we going after this?
Every day we shorten the travel to Valvadiri by a couple hours.
Oh, I don't-
I hate it.
Because we don't need to go back, because it's only been a couple hours at best, so we don't have to sleep yet.
Nope.
We could
Although
go-
it has been, I would say it has been like 5-6 hours by now.
But we have crunched on the yellowtail.
Yes.
We have.
Enough for the party. And Calic.
And Calic.
And Calic, yeah.
As he eats it, goes, yes.
Well, he didn't eat it in front of you guys, but
Obviously
he,
not in
he
front of us,
melted
but-
into the shadows, fucking yellowtail
he'll-
in hand.
He'll eat his fucking like grilled fish, going, yes.
Hmm.
Just off in the
Yeah, so
distance.
I guess it's the, do we head to the Hanging Gardens now and see about that spire? Or do we go back?
I mean,
Well-
that might be a good place to stop then. Like, start heading to the gardens, because it is almost 4 hours.
Yeah. We are
Yeah,
pushing for
it is.
4, and I'm gonna be wrapping it here.
Yeah.
That could be the next thing, because yeah, Lamina's pretty much. I think
Lumine is happy with her gun. I'm so glad.
Mina's happy with her cannon.
It's a good cannon.
Congratulations on the new cannon.
Yeah, dude. There's.
Thanks,
Do you
Mom.
have on the list? Thank. You're welcome. I don't know why he thinks mom, but you know, mom should be thanking you. Mom does thank you.
His actual mom,
Oh,
not mommy.
true.
Well, that's only at night.
True.
The lizard.
Alright, well, I
What
think
is
I'm gonna
it?
wrap it up here then. The party
Mean does-
makes their way towards Hanging Gardens then.
I think that's the
Yeah.
next plan.
Awesome.
It's
Oh,
also
by the
the-
way, boss, I was just curious. What time of day and night is it here?
Well, you're not close enough to the waters to know since
Okay.
you're at
Sweet.
yeah.
No, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
That's fine with
Central is far away enough, or it's not close enough to escape the clouds.
Okay, sweet.
Ren doesn't have to find out just yet.
If you want to think of the districts that Portside kind of covers, or Seaside, it's imagine the district like a large squiggly C, like a large squiggly C shape, and then there's like a diagonal line going from left to right downwards, that's kind of going down, and that diagonal line that's going downwards, that's Central.
Okay.
Or that's where you guys are at. So you're not necessarily at the water yet. But a little more further northwest and you'll definitely get there.
Nope, we're good. Hanging Gardens it is. Hanging Gardens it is.
Wonderful.
That's where we will die.
Mean does squish Morgan though. He
Oh.
gets squished.
Ow, why did he get squished?
He didn't
Morgan
need to pay for that, but he did.
It's true. But he's not gonna say why either because he doesn't want me to find out the reason why.
I mean,
Look, his instructions were buy something nice for her, and instructions unclear or clear as day. You decide.
goes back to mom. Instructions unclear. I bought her a cannon.
Alright. Well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid.
Alright.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in if you're watching. Then yeah, we'll be catching up and picking up on the next part of this session next Tuesday. So we'll have that, and we'll have the whole gang here, hopefully. Well, and hopefully we can get Poverty on board as well. We're still holding out for him, so.
Yeah.
We are.
But yeah, this will be an exciting wrap up for the night. Alright, well, thanks for checking in, and have a good night, y'all.
Hey, good night.
Nah.
I did forget for Li Shen about because Mortar would have given you the pictures and probably by now
Oh,
at
wait,
least
hold on a sec. There we go.
at least the flowers probably would have
Do it now.
manifested at some point.
Yeah. We'll probably have to get to that another time, I think.
Yeah, it's not gonna be now. I just wanted to.
It's gonna be now.
You know, no, it's gonna be me. Oh man.
Might have to rethink my
How was your D&T? How was your D&T stream?
semi
2/3 of his HP. I know that thing was like.
humorous description of Lamine. I don't know if she's more of a corn berserker or more of an orc.
An orc berserker.
Orc berserker.
Let's catch
Yeah.
ourselves a beefy.
But well,
I suppose there's not too much of a difference between
How you doing?
worshipper of Gork and Mork and one of
I have
corn.
stuff stream today, man.
At the end of the day.
What's this guy doing?
Orc or mork?
Oh, I think this is okay for the volume.
this poor boy.
Perhaps a bit too gleeful about gun for
Big gun.
but aligned holy woman, but you know.
It's alright. I think at this point we know that Mordrin is much more of a holy person than Lamine ever is.
What happened in today's session, BK?
Kind of. In some ways, yes. Sometimes I think it's pretty clear that she didn't grow up with religion.
Yeah. Sometimes it's clear that Mordrin did.
Yeah.
Good luck to your party, BK. Your weekend problem. Sumabura.
Sorry, I'm
No, you're fine.
doing my thing.
Oh god, where did I put that thing? Oh, fine.
A big shadow ignite that's gonna mess up your city. How big is he, BK? Or is he just like killing everybody?
I'm gonna BRB.
Inhale the chocolate protein powder. Boy. There's a technical name for the fear of long words. It's a very, isn't it? It's a long word, isn't it, McDiver? I think I remember this.
Oh.
It's fart does ill. Hippopoto monstrosis equipedaliophobia.
What
Got it.
now?
And also, that,
Oh,
I'm a little bit scared of that.
oh no, just writing my
Pronouncing it.
journal as usual.
So when are we going to draw stuff?
I don't know if I could do the pain test with the harmonica.
Right?
Yeet.
When are we going to draw stuff?
You try it? What do they? Wait, what do they do though? Looks like I saw in the thumbnail it was like they were smacking his calves with like a bottle.
There we go.
The fear of diagnosis. What is that? Quiz?
Brezhnev.
When are we going to brush stuff?
The Welsh town. Oh yeah, no, I can't do that.
Right now.
One of the city spires had the Archmage find an old toy.
That's right.
Stream. Monster in a tower. So fast.
Getting sent to Brazil though.
Oh. You're going to Brazil.
What is Don Quixote?
Brazil or Brezhnev?
PK?
Which is worse?
They move. That's not gonna hurt at all. I did not know that, McDiver. Sore?
I don't know, Bosh. I don't know.
Niggy.
Oh no! That doesn't instill me with any kind of confidence.
Green
I
onion.
don't
Oh,
know.
that's the one that dun, 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 dun.
B? Y'all ready for the Void Rider though?
Yeah?
Celery. Oh, Don Quixote was the knight who fought the windmill. Wait. Wait, what?
Oh.
Not the store?
Oh.
What is that? Kabocha.
PC, please. It is getting upset because I am closing too many tabs too quickly.
It is angry.
It's just like, why do you have all these tabs? And I'm just like, bruh. I needed them all for my music and my notes. And
And
you
your
know,
music, and don't forget your music notes.
my music notes.
And don't forget your Brezhnevs.
Ooh.
I gotta go to Brezhnev, talking about Brezhnev things?
Ooh.
What's your matter, Blashy?
I don't want to go to Brezhnev.
You're the one who made Brezhnev, so you gotta go to Brezhnev.
I hate it.
I hated them.
I hated them.
God.
I do that way too well.
Not just the women, but the children. Or not just the men, but the women and the children. I hated them.
I hated them. Why is it being dumb?
Because it refuse. It refused to lose.
Oh,
Oh,
but is the Bruce loose though, boss?
Bruce is always